604. Talk 107.3 FM and WBRP. Mornings with Brian Haldane, off and running. Brian here with you, Breland producing. Starting you off at 80 degrees in downtown Baton Rouge as we broadcast live from the 180 Pros studio. 180 Pros. Not your IT provider. They are your IT partner. Guest list is going to be, well, we don't have any guests in the first hour, but we've got a number of different topics to cover with our guests, and we got Councilwoman Laurie White Adams coming in the 7 o'clock hour. Going to talk about drones. Yes, we got the Pennington Biomedical Research Center. Going to be talking about an upcoming Men's Health Summit. We've got look. If I want answers to a question, I go where I can get answers to questions. There was a story that we covered here about Louisiana being a finalist. Let me get the wording right. Let me make sure I have the wording right. We'll get to top stories and trending in just a quick second. Louisiana being a finalist for nuclear life cycle innovation campuses. We are one of 5 finalists for that. It sounded pretty cool to me. I did the story, and then a number of other news outlets said Louisiana's lining up to just take on nuclear waste. Didn't really jive. The two stories, they sounded completely separate. So the Deputy Secretary for the U.S. Department of Energy, James P. Danley, going to join us at 8:15. We'll find out. My first question is, what is nuclear waste? We have what we see on TV, right? We know what we see on TV, but what is it for reals? Are we going to have three-eyed fish like The Simpsons? And then Mame's Meat Pies coming in. Thomas Rock coming in for Mame's Meat Pies for Foodie Friday. Let's get the top stories and trending. Let's go. All right, I guess we should just start with where traffic was right there because we don't do our top stories in order of importance. But I'd want to get to them as quickly as possible. I-10 westbound is closed near the 10-110 split. I guess it would be the 10-110 merge. After an 18-wheeler caught fire, 2 people were injured in this accident. I-10 westbound, like I said, closed. The truck, which was reportedly carrying bottles of orange juice, caught fire around 4 a.m. Not sure how orange juice catches fire. No, I'm just kidding. The truck was getting onto the on-ramp for the Mississippi River Bridge. Authorities say the truck hit the guardrail. That's what those sparks caused it to catch fire. We are looking at a closure right now on the interstate that has things backed up to roughly College Drive. CERN is known for some of the most complex science on the planet. Now it has a Louisiana connection. North Louisiana at that. Ruston at that. Louisiana Tech physicist Dr. Lee Sawyer was selected for a prestigious international leadership position within CERN's Atlas collaboration, attempting to tackle things like dark matter or breaking the standard models of physics. If the weather cooperates, it's going to be a great weekend to get kids out of the house in Baton Rouge. Saturday, the zoo is offering up an end-of-summer discount, $5 admission right there. Then, of course, the next day is the first Sunday of the month. That means free admission to numerous downtown attractions. A FEMA disaster recovery center has opened at the Ennis Library on Highway 1 for residents affected by Tropical Storm Arthur. The center serves those in Point Capee Parish whose homes flooded when the storm rolled through last month. No appointments are needed, and library officials say FEMA will step aside if anybody wants to check out the book. Nothing? All right, fine. Community Coffee is moving into a space in West Baton Rouge Parish that was previously rumored to be a potential immigration and customs enforcement facility. Parish President Jason Manola spilled the beans, during a recent parish council meeting to dispel the rumors about the ICE facility. Community Coffee will manufacture, store, and distribute coffee products from the site. It won't be like a drive-through or anything.
I'm slowly waking up on this side, Brian.
Yeah.
I caught like one of your jokes.
Only one?
Yeah, you're like, you get it? You're like, nope, crickets.
Yeah. What? I'll do it again.
Okay.
Let's see if you catch.
All right, let's
see,
do it.
I'm not begging for laughter. I just wanted.
Let me see if I get it, though.
A FEMA disaster recovery center has opened at the Ennis Library on Highway 1 for residents affected by Tropical Storm Arthur. The center serves those in Point Capee Parish whose homes flooded when the storm rolled through last month. No appointments are needed, and library officials said FEMA will step aside if anyone wants to check out the book.
Oh, now I get it.
Right.
Here I am, barely waking up. Yeah. All right. President Trump says he may temporarily withdraw the name of his attorney general nominee, Todd Blanche, with two Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee saying they're not ready to vote for him.
Well, I mean, one of them's retiring and one of them's primaried out. I don't know that you can get this back in order before the new Senate is sworn back in. I mean, even when they go back, they go home for their August break. Even when they go back, I don't know what you can offer them that's going to make them change their minds. Neither one is beholden to anything because they're both clocked out.
True point. I mean, you bring up a point. Testing of a hair found in Nancy Guthrie's home is complete and does not point to a suspect in the 84-year-old's abduction, leaving more questions than answers.
So they don't know who now.
Golly.
Well.
This poor woman, and we know she's deceased by now,
God, yes.
But
yeah.
Give the family answers.
I know. Well, but they don't have them.
I know, but the people who actually took her.
Yeah.
Can you give something?
Right.
You know, something.
Totally.
In a new report, the CDC says our kids are dangerously overcaffeinated.
I saw that.
Oh, God. Having sleep issues. They also have dehydration and multiple reported ER visits.
So,
whoa.
But like, this is not, the caffeine isn't coming from, like, we're not coffeeing up all our kids, although there are a lot of kids drinking a lot of energy drinks at a much younger age. That's true. But like 12 and under, a kid's not supposed to have any caffeine at all. But apparently there's caffeine built into
candy.
Yes, baked goods, all kinds of products that you buy, like just you wouldn't think about, but like processed products at the store.
Oh gosh,
crazy.
Compared to what back in our day, the food
I have no idea what was in the. I mean,
well, but things were just so much less processed back then. I don't know. Maybe not. But it's no. I hate to say it. It's no surprise.
I mean, I didn't just go out and pick fresh oranges off of an orange tree in the backyard. I had my fair share of Pop-Tarts growing up. I don't know that Pop-Tarts have caffeine, but I mean, you're talking about that's a processed food that you buy off the shelf in the grocery store.
True.
So
True.
I mean, we had plenty of them. It is 6:11 at Talk 107.3 FM WBRP for 115 years, actually over 115 years. ExxonMobil has been in our backyard, leading the nation in the energy space, well, the oil and gas space. And as a part of Louisiana, employing generations, leading with safety, investing in the people who live here. Well, today that work continues through solutions like carbon capture and storage when you want to compete on a global scale. Helping support local jobs and open doors, that's what comes next. And if you want to learn more about it, they've got a website set up for you, aboutlaccs.com, aboutlaccs.com. Sports is next. It is so hot in here.
Oh, I didn't turn on my fan this morning. I don't know why.
Oh, it just is. John. .615 Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP, mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along, getting you into sports in just a quick second, but do need to remind you about Industry Makes. IndustryMakes.org is the website, IndustryMakes.org. If you were wondering who needs to check out IndustryMakes.org, well, it's wide open for everybody. It's just a website right there, right? Yes, that's true. But specifically, if you'd like to go to bat for the industries up and down the river that, hire our neighbors, employ tons of people with great pay and great benefits, and make the products that make the world go round, IndustryMakes.org is where you need to be. It's a campaign born out of collaboration and a need to present a united industrial front in the face of coordinated anti-industrial messaging. And we understand that anti-industrial messages might only be targeting one company, or they might be targeting several, but they hurt the entire manufacturing industry along the way, which is the economic backbone of the state of Louisiana. Learn more at IndustryMakes.org. It is sports time, and Chris Olave is back under contract with the New Orleans Saints. Let me get right to that. Sorry, y'all. I'm still a little discombobulated in my prep stack here. It's been that kind of morning. The Saints agreed to terms with the All-Pro wide receiver on a 4-year, $132 million contract extension. Olave held in for the first two practices, or I should say held out, for the first two practices of training camp while he negotiated the deal. And the Locked on Saints podcast host, Ross Jackson, who you also get his content over LouisianaSports.net, told our news partners at Louisiana Radio Network he's surprised by how quickly the two sides got the deal done. Cut 13.
I just think the expectations are so high, both for this team and for Olave in 2026, that the opportunity to be able to maximize the time they can get together on the field during training camp is a good thing. So it's a surprise, but it certainly works to everybody's benefit.
The deal will make him the NFL's sixth highest paid receiver behind Cowboys' CeeDee Lamb and ahead of Steelers' DK Metcalf. Olave ranked in the top eight in the NFL in receptions, yards, and touchdowns last season. So now with a quarterback and two offensive tackles on rookie contracts, Jackson says these are the types of deals that the Saints can afford.
When you have these players that you've drafted that are homegrown for you, like a Chris Olave is, it allows you to be able to work out these contracts and get these kinds of deals done to keep them around.
Now, there have been injury concerns for Olave. He has suffered 4 concussions since being drafted back in 2022. After playing just 8 games in 2024, he had a career year, missed only the final game of last season. Jackson says this is a fair deal for both sides, but the Saints are going to need to protect themselves. Cut 15.
The biggest thing is going to be the guarantees. $90 million of it is totally guaranteed. How much of it is actually guaranteed for injury is going to be the bigger question.
The Saints' schedule should be starting up pretty soon, if I'm not mistaken. Is it August 15th is their first preseason game? I mean, they're already practicing right now, and the season is just around the corner, so it's going to get here sooner than you'll think. Yes, preseason football counts as real football. But, yeah, look at it. Jacksonville, August 15th, 3 p.m. So 2 quick notes before we get you to the Fox Business Report. Note number 1, Saints coverage all season long, or your home for the New Orleans Saints in Baton Rouge all season long, is right down the hall at Eagle 98.1, and Saints coverage all season long, top to bottom and very in-depth. Ross Jackson leading the way with that especially, is over at LouisianaSports.net, LouisianaSports.net. Get you Saints coverage, get you LSU coverage, get you all of it throughout football season. All right, speaking of football, we're going to grab a couple more sound bites from Lane Kiffin on Wednesday at the Rotary Club. That's in just a little bit. Right now, we're checking the Fox Business Report on Talk 107.3. We're going to start with number 6 and 7. cut too. And if we have time, 3. No, I said 3. All right, of course, that accident on I-10 westbound at the 10-110 merge is what's leading the way. 2 people were injured. 18-wheeler caught on fire as it was getting up onto the interstate. The delays on that start right at College Drive. So if you're coming in, if you're heading downtown and you're coming in from either, Livingston Parish, Ascension Parish, or any points east of College Drive, either skip the interstate altogether or get off at College. I would recommend skipping the interstate altogether because the traffic on College, getting yourself over from like College to Foster, Foster to Government, or Acadian to Government, that traffic, if you're heading downtown, that traffic is going to be ridiculous. And if you're heading to the other side of the river, I mean, it would probably be worthwhile just to hop off like on 12, from 12 to airline to the old bridge would be your best bet right now because the interstate is it's not just delays, it's straight up shut down. Now, backing things up out to Denham Springs, you're going to see your normal level of volume on the way in from Denham. You are also going to see your normal level of, well, it's smooth sailing, but your normal level of volume is working on 10 westbound coming in from Ascension Parish as well. Coming back across from West Baton Rouge, we look good. Surface streets, there are no accidents to report, so we're doing well on that front. It's literally just the one 18-wheeler accident with a fire on 10 West at 110. .624, Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP, Mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along. Got to remind you about Guarantee Health Solutions. Guarantee Health, we are bridging the gap between healthcare and hospitality is what they like to say. GuaranteeHealth.com is the website if you want to check it out. It is a 4-pillar platform for anybody working in the medical field. If you own or run an urgent care, a primary care, the good old, if you're Michael J. Fox and Doc Hollywood, doesn't matter. Or you're running a full-on hospital. It doesn't matter. They've got the plan built out for you to grow your business through concierge-level hospitality. This is a program that was born out of experience where tragedy felt transactional, and it can be better, and they're making it better at GuaranteeHealth.com. So wanted to take 1 second look at some of the things Lane Kiffin had to say at the Rotary Club on Wednesday. He was nothing short of phenomenal from start to finish. And one of the things that I took away from the whole talk was how much he puts faith and value in the people around him. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, is that, when Ed Ogeron was coach, and I've only been a member of Rotary for 3 coaches, and basically Rotary is the coach's last stop before training camp starts. So when Ogeron was the coach, and this wasn't just when he talked to Rotary, but anywhere he'd go, he'd tell you about players. He would tell you about players and recruiting trips and some of his mama making him a gumbo. And that's just because it's who he is and it's what he values. He valued the people around him. He valued the players that were putting on the pads and hitting for him. That was who he is. Or that shouldn't say was, that is who he is. When Brian Kelly came in, he talked about systems and structures and ways to plan things out. And it was, and I don't want to put words in his mouth, but the way it came across made it feel like the people are interchangeable. The people don't matter as long as the system's built out, as long as you're properly journaling. Like that it was a completely different vibe, and it had a strong feel to it on the front end, but it left you feeling kind of empty on the back end. Well, Lane Kiffin talked a lot about not his players, but those closest around him. And one of those is the general manager, Billy Glasscock. Cut 6, please.
College football has now turned into the NFL in a lot of ways because of the money and because of trying to figure out how you divide the roster as you look at high school and you look at portal, and also what players do you keep. People don't talk much about that. I'll say to you with the cameras, that's the world that we're living. With money now, decisions have to be made, and players basically are cut nowadays. Billy does a great job of managing throughout the building and all the things that come with it, especially contracts with players, and then also all the player issues and building issues that come up through the year. Billy's been very important in our transition in that too.
Continuing about what Glasscock's role is and more on his work, cut 7.
You used to just have coaches that just coach football. Now we have personnel people that also are throughout the year watching other players, high school and college players, to build basically like a draft board and a free agent board. So if you just try to coach the old school way, you'll get left behind in that. You'll see some programs, maybe they coach really well, but then their roster management and then the players that they choose in the portal, okay, they miss on a lot. A big part, just like if you follow NFL, is the draft and free agency. It's not just the marquee names that you see, okay, in the portal. It's how do you hit on the other parts of the portal, meaning after the first tier, and that's your evaluation system, not just when you watch the film, okay, but who are they? When they come in, most places recruit the kids as they come on their visits. We evaluate the kids as they come on their visits to figure out who they are. Are they going to fit in our systems? Are they going to work? We have to figure them out so that we're bringing the right players in, and he does a great job with his department in that.
I think about that level of trust, though, because Kiffin's the one with the big salary. Kiffin's the one whose name is on the marquee. Kiffin is the one who, when we win, he gets praised, and when we lose, he gets the boot. He's the one that has to take all that rap. So to put that level of trust in someone else, which, by the way, when you do, allows you to put yourself in a position to win. But to put that level of trust in someone else, that's kind of a big deal for, someone who has so many dollars riding on the outcome. By the way, speaking of which, and getting away from the people a little bit and getting back around to the team, Coach Kiffin did talk a good bit about putting together this year's roster and how it compares to what next year's roster is going to look like.
What we were going to do, coming together with our staff and our style and what we bring and coming together at LSU, would be to sign elite, great high school players from around the country, and then also elite portal players from around the country. We've done that. This was combined #1 class when they put those together. The point of that is for that to happen already, to put us in a position to win this year with a really talented roster is awesome. But also I want to encourage you, if that can be done in that short a time once we were branded together with LSU, okay, what the future looks like when we have even more time to put together classes to know our own roster too.
And then that leads back to the previous comment about evaluation, right? You're pairing evaluation with recruiting, and you can say, well, he's been here 8 months. How long do you need? Well, the biggest chunk of what he missed was a football season. So that includes a high school football season. I don't know. It's good stuff across the board. We're at 6:30 at Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP. Let's check in on ABC News. What got this drone stuff on your plate?
My phone's been blowing up over the past week, and it's about we have a Terra Mom.
What do you? Okay, like a group chat.
Yeah, like a group chat of
text.
all the mamas. Yeah, not a text, but like the group meme, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so it started off with mom saying it's loud, and and a lot of moms stay at home. Tara, you know that. And then the conversation kept pivoting to, are there privacy concerns? We have teenage daughters. We have pools in our backyard. We have outdoor showers. And so,
We're gonna walk through this on the way back in, by the way,
okay.
because I don't have enough meat on the bone for the next news topic to eat the whole segment. Or I mean, I could talk my way through it, but I would rather have good content, and I think our back and forth would be better than the new state laws.
Sounds like a weed eater to me.
It
But
does.
it's not. I wouldn't say
And it's not as
super
loud as a it's not as loud as a weed eater.
Actually, I'll never be able to unhear that now. But yes, you have a point. Oh, I was at Terra Pool yesterday.
Mhm.
I'm like sitting where the shade is, so looking toward the Turner Industries 2 houses right there. I see the turtle. I'm like, okay. Like I guess they dropped off a
The
package.
Turner Industries 2 houses. The newer houses that are on the
right
boulevard.
next to the ass of the other house.
Um,
So you're at Terra Plum Pool. I look left to go on Old Hammond. It's a real rich looking house. I forget what street that is. With the little real fancy, they decorate over the top for Christmas. Then like right next to it, it was this real fancy
it's like new.
house.
Yeah.
That was built
It
right
blocks
next to
the
that.
sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Turner Industries. The daddy lives in the older one, and the daughter
Who?
lives in the pink store.
That's not Stevie.
Look, that's what they say.
All
That's
right.
what mamas are saying. If it's
Well,
not him, it's the Turner Industry family. Whoever that could be, you know.
All right.
That's what they say. You know, all these mamas chirp.
Well, then they're never accurate.
I know.
They're right. They're right about as often as a broken clock. It. Yeah.
Let me see how many moms are in this household. Now I'm curious. But oh yeah, it's been blowing up. We have 145 members in the Terra Mom, which obviously ain't everybody.
It's close.
But I can tell you, and God bless them, but I've joked about this on Tires too. Don't do anything all day. Like a bunch of moms
Yeah.
whose husbands are doctors. Because like
I know.
we have a in search of free and selling. They'll just post shit all day long. I'm like, do y'all not? I can barely take a piss sometimes.
Right.
Here y'all are just blowing up.
Right.
I'm like, Scott, we live in the wrong neighborhood, man.
Oh. That's Monroe.
So maybe
I bet you. Yeah, it's a meta spot, but I bet you on day one that it started running, the audio wasn't in there. It wasn't supposed to be alive.
okay, and it just came across because I swore it had your name on it. It said Monroe, City of Monroe, /Brian.
Well, yeah. I'm there next week. Either way, it'll be over by Thursday. Oh, good morning, Christy. Welcome in, boo. Keeping my brain on today's show is not going to be the easiest.
What y'all doing this weekend? Oh, never mind. I know. Yep. Crossing my fingers for y'all. The weather holds out.
Oh, did we? Totino's pizzas are 99 cents at Mathern's right now. I know, I'm a little bit too excited about that. I love a Totino's pizza.
I do too.
There's nothing, it's so simple. I mean,
it's good.
Wait.
I'm not trying to knock it, but it's good.
Let's air quote good.
Look,
I know where you're going, but it's simple. It's in the oven, 425 for 7 minutes. And yes, it serves its purpose. It 100% serves its purpose.
After spending a day at Terra Pool and slacking back some margaritas.
Exactly.
There you go.
That is exactly on point. And then, or maybe after a long day and you don't want to cook for the kids, you don't want to, bust out all the dishes and make something from scratch. No, you just throw a Totino's pizza in the oven at 425. They're 99 cents right now in Mathern's. They're 99 cents in Mathern's. Download the Mathern's Rewards app. Earn cash towards more groceries. Actually, let me throw this out at you because back to school is just around the corner. Parents whose kids go to LSU, Mathern's is a full-service grocery store on campus, and Mathern's sells gift cards. So stock up a gift card before you move them back in. That way, at least, when they hit campus again, you'll know they have the possibility of eating real meals, real food, when they hit up Mathern's as a full-service grocery store right up there on campus. And always, LSU students, faculty, staff, 10% off when you show your student ID. Get the Mathern's Rewards app today. So we're going to talk with Councilwoman Laurie White Adams coming up at 7:15 about drones. And this is a topic that I'm always hesitant to do because of where it started. Not because of who it came from directly, but because of where it started. Yesterday, Bree Lynn started in with, she texted me, or it was an email, I don't remember, but it said, at some point, we need to start addressing public concerns about drones. Take it from there.
Well, my phone was blowing up during your show, actually. And it's been blowing up for the past couple of weeks, off and on, but really yesterday. And the moms, I'm in a group me. I live in Terra. There is about 150 of us on a group me app. And the moms were, at first the conversation started with the noise of the drones. Moms were saying it's loud. To me, it sounds like a weed eater.
A dialed down weed eater.
Right.
Weed eaters are louder than the Amazon drones.
Right.
Yes.
So it started off noise. Then the conversation pivoted to surveillance issues and privacy concerns. And then the conversation pivoted to what happens if one falls out the sky and somebody gets hurt. It's just, don't laugh, Brian. No, I'm serious.
I probably should have started laughing back at the privacy concerns.
Right.
No one is, they're zooming everywhere. They go one way, they go back. They go one way, they go back, and they do so quickly. The purpose of the drone is to expedite the whole process. They're not there to linger. Nobody's looking in your backyard, Susan. It's not a thing.
That's what some of the moms were saying. One of the moms said, well, I have teenage girls. We have an outdoor shower next to our pool, et cetera, et cetera. And a lot of the moms just said this is seriously concerning. It's honestly split 50-50 because then the other mom said, other moms mentioned they work long hours. If they need a delivery, I'm using the service. I love it.
Yeah. Even if it is spying on your neighbor's daughter taking an outdoor shower? Is that where they're, so they've come around to, in that one little conversation, come around to, it is beyond Big Brother, and at the same time, I'm still going to use it.
I'm going through my group me right now. So then here's another comment. You can't tell me Walmart, Uber Eats, and Grubhub aren't also considering this too.
DoorDash is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they are piloting this fall to start doing drone delivery around Baton Rouge, something like that. Another mom says, I think every one of us needs to complain to our council person and lawmakers. It's the squeaky wheel that gets greased. Okay.
All right, so we're not going to dox that person on the air, but I do want to know who said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
That is the problem with everything under the sun.
Yeah.
So, that council person is Laurie White Adams. She'll be here at 7:15 to talk about it. Because nobody's watching your daughter in your backyard, or at least not the Amazon drones. The Amazon drones are there to drop off a package and get the hell out of town, or get back to Amazon. Why? So they can deliver another package, or so they can recharge so they don't fall out of the sky. Oh my God, it's not to create things out of nothing. And this is what the internet does, and this is what the chats do, and this is what the message boards do. And this is how, and I was, I guess I could say who it was. It was got an email from Paul Sawyer last night, who is getting a lot of the same complaints through a lot of the same channels.
Because probably the same moms complaining to Laurie White.
Probably. But it's the new 5G thing all over again. Remember when the 5G polls were going in? And everybody's like, well, they're going to radiate our children. They're going to radiate our children, and they're monitoring all of our actions.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, the 5G polls. They're going to turn our kids into nuclear sticks or something, and it's fear that drums up from nowhere at all, except for people with too much time on their hands.
I could see how a little thing hovering over your house to drop something. I could see how the moms raise concerns, but I'm with you, Brian. It goes up, flies from Cortana, hovers over a house, drops the package, goes up, gets out.
I can see how they would come around to this as long as you ignore common sense and logic. You have to completely ignore common sense and logic to come around to this conclusion. You have to shut the door on anything that makes sense, to open up a world of paranoia because you've got too much time on your hands. Oh, man. So that's what we'll be talking about with Laurie White Adams, by the way.
Well, and that's what the mamas were chirping about. They said, well, why you reach out to Laurie White? Reach out to Paul Sawyer. His name was thrown around in the chat.
Well, he'll be on probably. So we'll talk to Laurie today. Next week's already jammed up because I'm spending 2 days in Monroe and then taking 1 day off. So it'll be a little over a week. We'll talk to Paul about it as well. And within that time, absolutely nobody will be harmed by a drone. Within that time, absolutely nobody will be surveilled by a drone. Within that time, the chat will continue and the paranoia will continue, or it'll move on to something else. Like how we're all like, it's no matter what it is. No matter what it is, it starts with nonsense, and then people find a way to whack-a-mole arguments until they go back around to the top again. They're going to ask you 1,000 questions, and you're going to answer 1,000 questions. The question 1,001 is back up to the top and saying, but you never addressed this, even though you did. Everything, whether you're talking 5G, whether you're talking drones, whether you're talking carbon capture, whether you're talking, we're 15 years into fracking right now. Have you seen a city lose their water system over fracking? Because we were told that was going to happen.
You have a point, though. I forgot about the 5G towers, but I remember everybody it got so bad that they were saying Baton Rouge was just going to, I hate to use that word on the air, but bloop. Yeah, because of the radiation coming from the 5G towers.
So stupid. You know what? We do have time. Let's go ahead and hit this. From our news partners at Louisiana Radio Network, you heard it in news right there. Tomorrow is August 1st, which means a whole lot of new laws are going to go into effect. One of them, per LRN, will make a number of consumers happy. It's Act 751 from this legislative session, prohibiting businesses from adding a surcharge to your bill if you pay with a debit card. Franklin Senator Beth Mizell is the author of the measure. Cut 7.
This is in our face every day that we're being charged a surcharge for use of our debit card, which is basically our own money.
I saw this a lot last weekend in Gulf Shores. You could pay cash at one price, or if you pay debit card, if you pay card, it's a higher price. And I understand there are charges on the business's end to process the debit card, but having that process fee is just cost of doing business, boss. You don't have to roll that over to us. In fact, if you want to go ahead and get rid of the option of the debit card, go ahead. Now, businesses can still charge a fee when you use a credit card, but no surcharge can be added when you pay with a debit card. Mizell says it's already against federal law to charge a debit card fee, but her legislation gives Louisiana consumers a little bit more protection. Cut 8.
This is already a federal law, and businesses in Louisiana have been ignoring it more and more as I hear from people.
What's your take? Do you have a problem with being hit with a surcharge for using a debit card? Let us know. Facebook Live, we're live there every day, courtesy of the folks at Lake Urgent Care. I'm showing I've got 10 more seconds. Oh, okay. I saw this one. Okay. Let us know on Facebook Live. Sound off in the chat, courtesy of Lake Urgent Care. We got Your Money Now coming your way.
My bad.
I can't. You say ignore me. I can't ignore you.
Yeah, ignore me. Somebody goes, how many Karens do you know, Breland?
Oh, kill all the microphones. Okay. Say again.
I'll turn you back on.
Oh, thank you.
They were like, why is Brian off?
Who said that? I don't even see it.
Alan, shoot, had to turn off stream, get no question. Oh, he's talking about himself.
Yeah.
Kevin O'Neill, I've got an issue with debit surcharge.
Hey, I like Kevin's answer though. Before it was we have a coin shortage, so please stop using cash. Can't. I mean, those problems are coming from two different people, or two different entities. But you're right. From a consumer standpoint, who am I supposed to follow? Jesus Christ. Tell me you don't know Baton Rouge streets without telling me you don't know Baton Rouge streets. Jeez.
God bless him. He's been doing it a long time, too.
No, I know, but like, get off at St. Ferdinand. You're already downtown. No, get off at College. Get off at Acadian. You've already waded through the thick of it.
Complaining about drones delivering the same day packages is the most first world problem.
No, Your Money Now. Yeah, don't slow it. Go it. Oh, really, Debbie? 652 Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP, Mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along. I want to pivot topics here, but I got to kind of reset. Was it Debbie that brought up in the chat? So we're talking about, towards the end of that segment, Senator Beth Mizell got a bill passed. It goes into effect tomorrow. You can no longer have an upcharge for a debit card. And, yes, Debbie says the state is guilty of this with the DMV. Curious. That is curious, because if the state is guilty of it with the DMV, is the state going to end up losing money because of this bill? I mean, a couple of cents at a time, sure. But is this going to be detrimental in the same way that it took billions of years to get rid of the brake tags because of the money that was going to be lost? You very rarely see something, even if it's just a couple of pennies at a time, you very rarely see something that posts up, a red number on a P&L sheet when it comes to the state. So I did not realize that they were in that number. So. 653 at Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP. Let me remind you about Landmark Bank. LandmarkBankLA.com is their website, LandmarkBankLA.com. Been a community bank since 1897, remain a community bank today, and they'll be a community bank tomorrow. And when you have a community bank, you have a banker. And when you have a banker, you have someone who can, you could sit down with, go through where you want to be, and actually talk it out, actually run through some possibilities of what's on the table. Whether you're talking about borrowing, lending, whether you're talking about investing, whether you're talking about opening your kid's first checking account, or on the business end, you know what kind of value there is in a community bank on the business end, small businesses. Learn more at landmarkbankla.com. So also going into effect tomorrow is the new Protecting Student Athletes legislation that went through, or the Protecting Student Athletes initiatives that Attorney General Liz Murrell has been all over. She put out a press release yesterday that says, ahead of several new laws taking effect on August 1st, Attorney General Liz Murrell is highlighting Senate Bill 389, one of the 24 bills included in her landmark legislative package passed during the 2026 regular legislative session. Authored by Senator Patrick Connick, the bill strengthens protections for student athletes by regulating name, image, and likeness agents and closing a significant gap in Louisiana law. Now, you may recall, back on July, it was the 2nd or the 3rd. I thought it was the 3rd. It was because we were just about to hit up the 4th of July weekend. And it was no, I think it was on the 2nd because we were off on the 3rd. Okay. Well, anyway, it was before everybody clocked out for the 4th of July weekend. We had Liz Murrell on, and I forget what topic we were talking about initially, but I wanted to get to this topic about the NIL stuff as well. And I asked just straight up, when it comes to this new agent portal, what does it look like? Liz Murrell, cut one, please.
Yeah, the whole issue is growing. It's just so fast. It's crazy, and it is difficult to keep up with. This was one step in the direction of making sure that we can kind of keep up with the insanity surrounding NIL. But there was a task force that was set up last year, and we participated in that task force and collected a lot of the recommendations from it. That evolved into a piece of legislation that was passed this year to amplify some of the requirements of agent registration and education. There's also athlete education component that's built into it, which we will be working on with the High School Athletic Association and our college program. So we do think this is a significant step in the right direction. And the portal went live yesterday, and very, very excited about it. I'm super impressed with the work that was done by a couple of people in my office, Jolie Lyles and Olivia Ness, to put this whole thing together and to roll it out from the time I think that the legislation passed to now, which was just a couple of months. And so that's really been a great effort. And if you look at the portal, I think you'll be very impressed.
My follow-up question, which in the portal is live, and the law goes into effect tomorrow, but my follow-up question was, you run into some gray area here, because who is it you're actually protecting, or who is it that needs to follow these rules? You have homegrown athletes, you have those who are from Louisiana, but once you get into the college ranks, you have folks from other states who are coming into Louisiana. So is this for the homegrown, or is this for those moving in? Cut two.
It's both. I mean, obviously, our homegrown athletes are the ones that are going to have a longer, probably deeper footprint in our state, and they're younger, right? I mean, the high school athletes that are seeing outreach on NIL deals are vulnerable to a lot of exploitation. The younger they are, the less sophisticated they are, I think, with regard to how they can be manipulated by people who might want to take money from them or have them sign a contract that has unfair terms in it.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to see them get some financial education. We want to make sure that we are trying to protect those student athletes. And that's why we're making the agents register. Last year, there was legislation that required registration for athlete agents, but it exempted lawyers. And so this year we've corrected that. I mean, there's no reason why someone who's holding themselves out as an agent, just because they also happen to be a lawyer, should be exempt from a registration requirement. And so even parents, if they are representing the agent as an agent in an official agent capacity, they will also have to register. If they're just acting as a parent and advising their child, then they wouldn't have to register that way. But if they are going to represent officially as an agent, then they're going to have to register.
That was State Attorney General Liz Murrill back on July 2nd talking about the new athlete protection portal, which is already open and officially goes into effect tomorrow. So just really good stuff on that front. And, anybody who's followed sports knows that this is going to go a long way to we've seen the stories where someone gets in a kid's ear and leads them down the wrong path. And that leads to just, what could have been potentially millions of dollars ending up in just someone else who ends up not finishing college, not moving on to the pros, not moving on to a real job in real life. I mean, we've seen the sad stories before. And this will hopefully safeguard some kids from a lot of those sad stories. All right, I'm looking at the clock. We're going to stay on time here. We got news, traffic, weather coming your way. You still want to avoid I-10 westbound if possible. ABC News coming up now. Oh, what could he have possibly wanted?
Going on and on and on about how it's never been authorized in the first place, about the debit card surcharge.
Oh.
And then he's like, and then I'm going to tell you my Amazon store, but that's for another day.
So he wasn't complaining about us.
No.
Normally he's complaining about us.
I know, but he said, good morning. And I'm like, he must have been on his happy meds this morning.
I guess so. All right, I need to stop getting alerts when the city of St. George rants and raves posts because it's too much. It's too much.
They're going on about drones too?
Yeah. No, they're going on about everything. From the speed limit on Blue Bonnet out in between, from River Road to Nicholson, like that whole stretch of Blue Bonnet that has all those little subdivisions breaking off, the fact that it's 30 miles an hour. The guy says, with a meridian, and I'm like, I think you mean median. Duh. Interesting. 7:05. Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP, mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along. Hour 2 coming your way right now. Brian here with you, Bree Lynn producing. We are broadcasting live from the 180 Pros studio. 180 Pros, not your IT provider. They are your IT partner. You can learn more about them at 180pros.com, or stay tuned because I'm going to tell you about them in about 4 minutes. Busy hour this hour. We are going to get back into the drone discussion. Councilwoman Laurie White Adams slated to join us at 7:15. Also this hour, the Pennington Biomedical Research Center has a men's health summit coming up this month. We will talk with, I believe John Lovelace is coming in to talk about that. But before we get you to anything else at all, we start off with top stories and trending. You heard from Ray right there in traffic just a couple minutes ago. It's hard pressed to find a bigger story to start off the morning when the interstate is shut down. I-10 westbound is shut down just before the 10-110 merge, just before the Mississippi River Bridge. Delays actually start in between the 10-12 merge and College and continue all the way up to where the accident is. If you're making your way downtown from points east, just go ahead and find an alternate route for right now. I mean, go ahead and find an alternate route right now. If you're coming in from Livingston Parish, I would recommend even getting off, as early as Airline. Coming in from Ascension Parish, if you're navigating your way downtown, I would guess you'd want to navigate your way over to Highway 30 to find the most direct route. All right, number 4. CERN is known for some of the most complex science on the planet. Now it has a Louisiana connection. Louisiana Tech physicist Dr. Lee Sawyer was selected for a prestigious international leadership position within CERN's ATLAS collaboration. The ATLAS collaboration, by the way, is attempting to tackle things like questions about dark matter or breaking the standard models of physics. If the weather cooperates, this is going to be a great weekend to get the kids out of the house in Baton Rouge. Saturday, and Breland, you sent this over to me as well, so you know a little bit more about this than I do. The zoo is offering an end-of-summer discount with $5 admission. That's tomorrow?
Yeah, that's tomorrow. That's the first time they've done something like that, so that's a treat.
Yeah, very, very nice. So $5 admission to the zoo tomorrow, and then the next day is, of course, the first Sunday of the month, so free admission to numerous downtown attractions. A FEMA disaster recovery center has opened at the Ennis Library on Highway 1 for residents affected by Tropical Storm Arthur. The center serves those in Point Capee Parish whose homes flooded when the storm rolled through last month. No appointments are needed, by the way, to go get help from FEMA, and library officials do say that FEMA will step aside if you want to check out their book. Community Coffee is moving into a space in West Baton Rouge Parish that was previously rumored to be a potential immigration and customs enforcement facility. Now, Parish President Jason Manola spilled the beans during a recent parish council meeting just to dispel those rumors about ICE. What's Community Coffee going to be doing there? Well, they're not opening up a CC's. This is going to be a big old manufacturing, storage, and distribution place for coffees to do all that on the one site. What you got?
Well, President Trump said he may be temporarily withdrawing the name of his Attorney General nominee, Todd Blanche, with 2 Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee saying they're not ready to vote for him.
I mean, this is just this is part of politics. This is the risk you run when you have a razor-thin majority and you choose to primary people. This is just that's part of the process. Is there is no motivation for someone who got primaried to capitulate to anything you want because you can't hold anything over him anymore. You ever seen the Matthew Broderick movie, The Freshman?
Mm-hmm. It's been a while, but
yeah, he has a line in that movie that just always sticks with me. He says, "There's kind of a freedom in being totally screwed."
Oh gosh, it's kind of. I mean, it's kind of what's happening.
Nobody can hold anything over his head.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Testing of a hair found in Nancy Guthrie's home is complete and does not point to a suspect in the 84-year-old's abduction, leaving more questions than answered.
So, new people involved, other people involved,
right.
Second suspects.
Still don't know what happened to her.
I guess that's what you meant by more questions than answers, huh?
Yes. And it's been months now.
Yeah.
And still nothing.
Yeah. I know.
Golly.
I know.
In a new report, the CDC says our kids are dangerously overcaffeinated, leading to sleep issues, dehydration, more frequent ER visits.
So let's put this poll question out there for the Facebook, for the glorified crew. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, if you're not, hop over to our Facebook page and sound off. We're on Facebook Live, courtesy of Lake Urgent Care. What levels of caffeine do you allow your kids to have? Like my 14-year-old, we'll get her a big, PJ's coffee or whatever. We'll get her a 7 brew, or it's always something cold and overly sugary. But what level of caffeine? Give me the age, and then tell me, what you allow them to have. Because I'd be lying if I said the 14-year-old's never had an energy drink. But it's an Alani, which is kind of a low grade, right?
It's safer than, say, a Red Bull or a Red Line.
Right. It's not like, I'm the one that fires back the Red Bulls.
In the Red Line.
Well, I haven't done a Red Line in a long time. Do they still even make those?
That's some intense stuff.
The Red Line Rush?
Yes.
Yeah. Because it was in between an energy drink and an energy shot. And, But,
yeah.
So, let me refine the question. At what age would you allow your kids their first cup of coffee?
Oh, double digits. So my little boy is 9 years old today.
Mm-hmm.
Still not having a coffee. I would say double digits. Maybe he can try a cup or two. A small cup at 10.
Mm-hmm.
A small cup.
I'm willing to wager that the answer to this question is going to vary based off of whether or not you're from New Orleans. Because the coffee milk counts.
That's true.
I mean, who didn't grow up on that?
I had that as a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. All right, 7-11 at Talk 107.3 FM. Let me remind you about the folks over at 180pros. 180pros.com is the website, 180pros.com. What you get when you get an IT partner is so much more in depth than I can describe in 60 seconds. It means so many different things on your network. It means so many different things when protecting you from cybersecurity. But one of the things that I've been impressed with lately is the partnership and collaboration on building the network in the first place. Yeah, you got all your computer systems to, run your sales as a service, run your networking back and forth with all the communication you need within the business itself. But what about the social media aspect? Who's helping your business out when it comes to cameras? Who's helping your business out when it comes to microphones? Who's helping your business out when it comes to making sure that if you don't have a full-on social media department as part of an IT department, you can do things on your own? 180 Pros will collaborate with you to make sure this is as easy as possible. Look, if you're not on social, do you even exist these days as a business, right? 180 Pros will work with you to make sure that they will meet your needs, your demands on that level. Learn more at 180pros.com. Good morning, Laurie.
I dip my 6-month-old grandson's pacifier in my coffee.
See?
He loves it. Loves it.
Oh, I bet.
He hates his pacifier unless I dip it in coffee.
Ooh.
That's how you know where Louisiana is.
Yeah.
Should I turn y'all off?
Off for a minute, yeah.
Yeah.
To feel.
$7:15. Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP. Mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along. Councilwoman Laurie White Adams is in the house. Hang tight for just a quick second. I got to tee up because coming up in our next hour, we've got Thomas Rock from Mame's Meat Pies going to be in the house. We are having meat pies for Foodie Friday today. Great backstory, great family company. Awesome dude that's going to be here telling you the story as well. Another Terra resident, oh, by the way. We'll have... Can't get out the bubble, y'all. Meat pies and Natchitoches are synonymous. These are Cane River is where his peeps come from. So you're gonna love the story. You're gonna love the storytelling, and if you're in the building, you're gonna enjoy a heck of a meat pie. But Foodie Fridays, of course, presented by the Louisiana Beef Industry Council. All right, Councilwoman Adams is in the house. How are you?
I'm great. Good morning, Ron. Great to see you.
Glad to see you as well. So blame her for bringing you in this morning.
So glad to be
Oh,
here.
yeah.
So glad to be here. Terra neighborhood, is that what
Terra,
I'm hearing?
that's where I
was
live.
With the Terra HOA or Civic Association president yesterday. So
Okay.
She's wonderful.
She is wonderful, and we definitely talked about this, the issue of drones. So this Brian, I know you're younger than me, but
okay.
did you grow up watching the Jetsons?
Yes, I grew up. Oh,
Didn't you think by 2026 we would be driving in flying cars?
absolutely.
I know.
And we should be.
And we don't have flying cars, but apparently we do have flying drone delivery service.
I know.
Yes.
Which to me is the next best thing. This is an unbelievable jump forward in progress and expedience and convenience and all the things.
It is.
Now,
but with growth comes
people who are
growing
uninformed
pains.
that want to complain about things.
Well,
No,
here's the deal.
you have to be nice. I don't have to be nice.
Look, here's the deal. We are one of a handful of cities, and we're talking big cities: Tampa, Orlando, Phoenix, Waco. There are other, cities. It's kind of really cool that Baton Rouge is a launching place for this new technology.
Pun intended.
With growth comes, discomfort, but also the ability to give feedback and help create a framework for how things move forward.
Yeah, but you're spying on people's kids in their backyards now.
No. Yeah. That's what it feels that way. I know.
Does
that.
it?
Well, Look, I mean, I understand that. I totally understand that. I understand why people, there are a lot of things that have happened in recent years that nobody ever thought would happen. And people are just very cautious, right? People are just very cautious. People feel like their phone is listening to them. Anyway, it's...
Well, so separate thing, 'cause your phone is listening to you.
Yeah, I know that.
But when a drone zooms by at about 40 miles an hour and then zooms back by at about 40 miles an hour.
I understand that. They're not likely taking pictures in your backyard.
Right. I would drop the word likely from that. I mean, it's just that there's no time.
Right. Certainly. I've heard about that. The other thing I have heard about with regard to the drones is just that the constant noise. I think some people are on a particular flight pattern and they're getting noise all day long. So
okay, so I don't know if I'm part of a flight pattern, but I've had them fly over my house before.
See, I live too far out. I've just heard about it.
If you're inside, you're never gonna know. If you're in your backyard, it's literally.
Okay, so I haven't experienced it yet. I do have a colleague. I first heard about it a couple weeks ago. A colleague lives in Broadmoor, and we work remotely, so we're talking on the phone, and she's like, "Okay, I keep having this strange sound. Went outside. It's these drones. I'm like apparently over the path."
Yeah.
It's a little unsettling at the beginning, right?
I guess my reaction was, "Oh, cool."
Yeah.
And then my second reaction was, that could not have been delivered safely because it happened too fast. Like, goes one way, bzz, comes back the other way, bzz.
Have you seen the videos of people having drone stuff delivered to their...
No, I have not. And I haven't ordered anything yet either, so I haven't had one to my house.
The drone hovers and just drops it.
Just drops it.
It just drops it. Drops it. So I'm hearing, of course, it drops it in your yard. Apparently, sometimes they're dropping it close to the street. Mm-hmm. There's some kinks to be worked out all the way around.
So... Not from nothing, but this takes us back to like 6th grade science class when you had the egg drop contest.
Oh, yeah.
Remember how we had to do the egg drop and like whoever could go from the highest altitude and not break their egg?
Yeah, someone got on top of the school
works for
and
Amazon
dropped
today.
him off.
That person works for Amazon today.
That's so true. I didn't think about that. That's awesome. I'd forgotten about egg drop. We are living in the 1900s this morning, aren't we,
Between
Brian?
the Jetsons, and by the way, don't...
Uh-oh. I love the Jetsons.
I know we have this very serious topic we're talking about. I don't want to derail it with a conspiracy theory, but...
It's Friday.
When you look up the ages of George Jetson, Jane Jetson, and Judy Jetson...
I never have.
So George was supposed to be 40 when the show started.
Really?
And Jane was 32. And Judy was 17.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it gets problematic when you start doing the math.
Right. Like, yeah, okay, so maybe George was... Anyway.
Yeah,
Wow.
very, very problematic.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so now that's going to be this evening's rabbit hole for me. Thank you, Brian.
You can't unhear it. You can't unhear it.
That's awesome. You're right. I'll never look at the show the same way.
The technology of the Jetsons, we all thought we would have flying cars by today.
We did.
With a little offshoot flying car that Elroy could get down to school.
Exactly. Oh, and the interstate is so bad this morning. Everybody is wishing they had flying cars.
Right?
It is bad.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Sorry, people on the interstate this morning.
In between the split and College Drive is where it's going to start, and you're going to stay that way. So get off the interstate well prior to that.
Absolutely. Acadian Thruway and Government Street were booking. So that's a good.
Well, that is good news because I would expect that most people trying to bail off the interstate were taking those routes.
They were, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible.
Well, and hopefully, like if someone's coming in from Livingston Parish, just get off an airline.
Oh, yeah,
Get off an airline, take Florida. Or if you're head to the other side of the river, take the old bridge. Take airline all the way through.
I'm shocked at how often I go over to Florida Boulevard. Florida Boulevard moves.
Yes,
nowadays.
It does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fred Rayford and DOTD and everybody else. So,
back to the drones.
Okay.
As things move forward, are the people who are complaining looking for anything to be done, or are they just looking to get this off their chest?
So the comments I've heard so far, I think people are taken back. They want to make sure it's secure. The feedback I got yesterday was, maybe they should travel over roads, over streets, and not across people's homes where people's teenage daughters are in bathing suits in a pool in the backyard.
All right. Why do we have the inability to tell somebody just straight up that's not happening, and you need to dial back into reality?
Yeah, I understand that. Well, I'll tell you this. It's new technology. interestingly enough, a constituent sent me an article the other day. You're going to die laughing because it's fascinating. But how white lines got placed on the side of roads. When roads were first built, cars were first out there were no white lines, and there were all these wrecks. And so white lines on the side of the roads was literally a new technology that transformed public safety. So we're in that same phase right now, right? This is a new technology. People are just we're gonna have to figure it out. It just takes some getting used to. I'm telling you, white lines were controversial on this.
Why were they? I don't understand.
It's a new tech. Anytime new technology comes along, anytime life changes, we are creatures of habit, Brian.
No, I understand that, but a white line is a great visual of don't go over that line. And even better than that is the little ridges that go when you drive over them, and then you recorrect.
And it's going to be for our grandchildren. It's going to be like that with drone delivery of packages. But today it's something new. It's good that people are giving feedback. I think that feedback, needs to go either to state reps, state senators, or really most appropriately to FAA.
So
right?
That's actually where where we're going to take this from a very serious level, and I have trouble because the concerns are so unfounded. There is nothing suggesting that someone's watching your kid.
Yeah.
There's nothing that it doesn't make sense. I don't know what megalomaniac world you have to live in to. So just that part of me derails the conversation every time. But if there is something to be done, noise pollution. I don't think they're that loud, but that's subjective.
Yeah,
that part
I
is
have
subjective.
Had some people say they feel like their backyard is their little peaceful zone, and it's interfering with that.
But you don't own the air above your house.
You don't, and the Metro Council doesn't regulate the air above your house either. So that's there's not a whole lot we can do other than connect people to people who can take those.
So would this be a state legislative topic?
Right now, I'm pretty sure it's federal preemption. The federal government has control of airspace, and so you need to really get your feedback to the FAA.
Mm-hmm.
But if there does need to be some kind of regulatory regime, it would be at the state level. I'm pretty sure.
So I asked that because it is the FAA overall.
Yeah.
So I don't know what can be done in Baton Rouge that can affect Washington D.C. to change their mind about something. Because now you're talking about commerce that is we are one of the early adopters of this technology.
Absolutely.
This is going to be commerce in every city eventually.
Yeah, it is.
So what can we say that's going to tell them to kick rocks and change the way they're doing it everywhere else?
Well, I think it's I will tell you this: it's never bad to get feedback and to listen to what people are saying. We may find something that really makes a ton of sense, right? Mm-hmm. So I always encourage people, reach out. I feel like the Metro Council, we're kind of the front door for the government, and we're going to help get you to the right place where your feedback can be listened to. I don't know. It's brand new. I wouldn't have thought the white lines on the side of the road would be
I still don't understand
revolutionary technology, but it was a thing. It was a thing.
So, and State Rep Paul Sawyer will be the next guest I talk to about this particular topic. And he made a comparison to this is the new 5G towers or the new 5G poles.
Sure, absolutely. And everybody's got to understand what's happening, what the technology is.
But we haven't properly radiated our kids yet.
Right.
It's just how long is this radiation from the 5G towers going to take? Because it's a couple of years now, and I still feel normal.
Absolutely.
I don't have my Spider-Man abilities yet.
Well,
I don't have
really gone away. I mean, I'm not hearing 5G stuff anymore.
I know, because you see it introduced. Everybody has unfounded claims.
Yes.
All the message boards go crazy. Breland's GroupMe goes crazy.
Oh, gosh,
and then we all move on because we all got too much time on our hands to worry about things that aren't a real thing.
Yeah.
So that...
Well, and look, I mean, I think, as the... And who knows? I mean, it costs extra money to have your stuff delivered by drone.
Yeah.
Being a child of the 1900s, I mean, if I need something immediately, I'm going to Mathern's, I'm going to Bolton, I'm going to, a local business, and I am purchasing what I need in the next couple hours, right?
Yes, absolutely. I don't know where that
so it
sense
may be
of urgency.
somewhat of a novelty right now.
I agree with that big time. Now, here's the thing, though, is as it wears off as a novelty, the game will change from Amazon's point because they're going to be able to deliver larger items, more items. They could just be able to get your whole Amazon delivery.
Sure.
That's nowhere near where we're at right now. It's 5 pounds or less, and it can't be breakable.
Absolutely. And I don't have
unless it's a bottle of maple syrup. Did you see that story?
No, I did not see the story. Wait a minute.
This guy ordered a bottle of maple syrup For
No, I'll have
his-
to go look it up.
for a birthday present for his wife.
What?
This was in the Advocate last week.
I mean, hey,
Ordered-
big spender.
Or maybe it was Channel 9. I'm not right.
Is she obsessed with? I'm confused.
I don't know the backstory behind it. I had to jump. I despise comment sections, but I had to jump in the comment section and say, "Are we all just pretending this is a normal birthday present?" He ordered.
I would be livid.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would.
Like what?
That is amazing.
So apparently the Amazon drone dropped the maple syrup and it was all over the sidewalk.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Now look, I mean, I'm not a young
just
mom
birthday
home
destroyed.
with a child alone. I can see drone service there. I've been an event manager before. I can see needing to drone something in for an event that I forgot. Right? I mean, I can see instances, but in everyday life, I'm not sure that it's something I'm really going to use frequently.
This will ebb a little bit.
I think so.
Probably.
I
before
think
it's all
so.
said and done.
But I mean, Brian, I'm wrong all the time. I could be really, really wrong, and people could have lots of packages delivered by drones.
Well, it's the idea that, when food delivery started, the idea that people would get fast food delivered to them,
I know.
with that upcharge compared to what's on a fast food,
I know, right.
Yeah, when you first started talking food delivery, it's like, oh, I can get something from a decent restaurant brought to my house without having to leave.
Absolutely.
Not I can get Taco Bell or McDonald's
I
or
know.
and I'm not trying to impugn them, but they're already convenient.
Right, you just drive through. You don't
Right.
even have to get out of your car.
Right. So
I get it.
If the food delivery can do the drive-through, then this might evolve beyond that. Our laziness might trump everything.
It's true.
And in the
It's
meanwhile,
true.
you're going to get the phone calls.
Absolutely, and that is fine. And there's nothing wrong with feedback. It's good to hear.
Run for council, they said. It's a part-time job, they said.
Oh my goodness, if that's not the truth, Brian. Yeah, I know. At 10 o'clock every night when I'm reading emails and answering emails, what am I doing? So
She is Councilwoman Laurie White Adams, so we always appreciate the
Thank
time and the
you.
information. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Brian. Take care.
We're at 7:30 at Talk 107.3 FM. The Pennington Biomedical Research Center has a men's health summit coming up later on this month, and we are talking about it next. Right now, here's ABC News. Later.
It's so funny because I was literally with Liz yesterday, and we were talking about it.
Elizabeth's great. She's so sweet. Her little boy Lorenzo play with my twins all the time. Oh, we know Elizabeth. You see, she's always at a pool. Elizabeth Talent. Her little boy, she's married to like, what's his name? Great gentleman. And then Lorenzo's sweet as pie. Lorenzo is great. Yeah.
No, I'm on the crime commission. I'm the chairman of the Sherwood Crown Dispensary. Yeah, so, yeah.
So you're hearing the same complaint.
No, I'm not.
Really?
It's not a crime.
Well, I know, but like,
I'm
people
I'm
get you.
lobbying TJ to post up a BRPE drone by us. That's what I want. But, yeah, half my world is Gary Powder. I love that guy. I honestly do. He's a lot. But love him. How are you? Yeah, yeah.
See him every day. I live over by Sprouts in that area.
By Roseanne?
Yeah, by Roseanne. And they're just flying around constantly.
It delivers to y'all?
Yeah.
It's still in that 7 mile
Yeah.
radius? Okay.
Come on in. You're up next.
Sure. Yeah, it's like I play golf over at West Park. I see them flying around over
Okay,
there.
I thought y'all were going to be too far for this.
I think we're right on the edge.
Well, it's
They go over Pennington where I work.
it's 7.5 miles as the crow flies, or as the drone flies, and so it goes a lot further. That's a lot further away than you would think.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since you've been on.
I think, well, I might have been here for women's. I don't remember. But yeah, it's been a minute.
Is it doctor or
No doctor, no.
That's-
It's John
that's-
Lovelace. And I did order something for the drone. So the kids had
just for the kick?
Yeah.
Just for the yeah.
See, that's the only reason I want to do it, because they want mama to order, but
Yeah.
it's always in high demand.
Well, you know what's funny? Yeah, it's always down. Like a weekend later, I ordered something for golfing. I golf. It came. I didn't select drone delivery. It came the next morning earlier than drone. So you're definitely paying for just like the novelty.
Yeah.
At this point.
Right, which, like Laurie said, is probably going to wear off.
Yeah.
There will be instances where she gave a great example.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you're a single mother at home with your infant and you realize you're out of formula. That's a great example of, like, I'm not leaving my baby.
Medicine.
Right.
Now
Right.
they start dropping pizzas on me though. They start dropping pizzas. And that's got to be the logical next step.
Alcohol. Imagine. I'm like, all right, I need
6
more
pack of
beer.
beer. Yeah, dude. There's no reason to think it's not gonna get heavier and faster.
It's the, yeah, what I brought up with Laurie. Remember the egg drop competition in grade school science class? Yeah. Whoever won that is now working for Amazon. The hell? 737 Talk 107.3 FM WBRP mornings with Brian Haldane rolling right along. Yeah, we spent the whole segment talking about drones. What else is in the air? Well, the airplane's over at the Baton Rouge Metro Airport. In fact, half an hour ago, the direct flight to D.C. took off. It'll come home tonight. FlyBTR.com, direct flight to Reagan National every single day. Of course, Reagan National's not the only one. It's just my favorite to talk about because it flies you right in our nation's capital, get your business done same day, sleep in your own bed that night. If you're booking up your plans to travel with the Tigers this fall, Delta has built out a direct flight from Baton Rouge to Lexington and a direct flight from Baton Rouge to Knoxville to see LSU take on Tennessee, to see Lane Kiffin go back into some unfriendly territory, to be sure. That flight will fly out on a Friday, fly home on a Sunday. You can learn more at flybtr.com. Meanwhile, over there at the corner of Perkins and Kenilworth, you'll find the Pennington Biomedical Research Center. Coming up on August 22nd, they've got a Men's Health Summit. Joining us now to talk about this, we've got John Lovelace in with us. How are you?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. It's great to be back.
No, glad to have you back on here. I want to start off by talking about what is a men's health summit.
So we host this event once a year. It's free for all the people in the community, and this free event is going to have health education. It's going to have free food, light breakfast, free lunch. We're going to have health screenings, and it's just a way to get out in the community and try to spread some information about health.
What kind of screenings?
We have blood pressure, blood glucose, EKG, total lipid, and a few things like that. Quick note, I did run into one of my neighbors once who had caught something through one of our free EKGs, and he went to the doctor, got it checked out, and it saved him.
Really?
Yeah, literally.
Serendipitous.
Yes, for sure.
To be sure. That's awesome. That is very good to hear. So when we have all the screenings matched up there, I mean, guys, we don't take care of ourselves. We either through ignorance or laziness or whatever. We just don't. How important is it for just to knock these particular things out? I mean, because it's a one-stop shop for a whole lot of stuff.
It is, and like you said, I mean, I think even myself, I put off going to the doctor, and I think making it a community event, you know, you go up there with your buddies, you do some basic tests, you talk to some doctors, maybe you listen to some of our experts, you know, answer your questions, and it just gets you where you need to be health-wise.
So it's going to be going on August 22nd out on y'all's campus?
Yep, in the back there in our conference center.
Very, very cool stuff. And as I understand it, it's not just health. There's some other folks coming out as well.
Yeah, we always try to add a few other things there. We're having Sherwood's UFC group come out and do some demos on self-defense,
Really?
which is always fun. Yeah, this is their third year doing that, and, you know, we get more and more interest in it every year.
Okay.
And what else do we have? We have, you know, we're gonna have blood donations there. I'm probably gonna have the library bus there, giving out some free information about the library. And we're also gonna have the Baton Rouge Corvette Club.
That's the one I was asking about.
Yeah, this is their second year, and they brought, I don't know, 10 or so really cool Corvettes last year.
Okay.
Park them all out in the front, all kinds of years, vintage models. It's nice looking at them.
Very, very cool stuff. We got John Lovelace in with us from the Pennington Biomedical Research Center. What started the men's health clinic?
This had been happening for years before I came on board with Pennington. And then I think during COVID, it kind of shut down for a little bit.
Sure.
So I was hired around 2023, and one of the things I did was help bring it back into focus. And yeah, it's just a way to get health out there to the people who need it. And we also recruit for some of our clinical trials and things like that as well. Do we know any headlines on that front to where we can get a little bit deeper? We're always looking for more participants in our trials, and they'll have a recruitment stage on hand there, and you can just go up and talk to them, and they'll let you know what kind of things they're looking for.
When doing something like this, I mean, one of the reasons that, you know, that guys just don't keep up with us, we don't take good care of ourselves, is a lot of things can be daunting, a lot of things can be intimidating.
Sure.
Walk me through a little bit about what Pennington does to make sure this is a lot more welcoming and inviting.
Well, again, it's just open. You know, you're going to show up with your neighbors. There's going to be people from the community there. You're going to have a light lunch. You know, you're going to go through the screenings with like-minded individuals who maybe you're also a little hesitant to go to the doctor. And, you know, when it's all said and done, you're going to get a free lunch, and you're going to have the opportunity to hear experts answer questions.
Okay, that's where we're going to take this next. The Your Questions Are Experts panel.
That's right.
Tell me all about it.
Sure. So we bring a couple of our experts from Pennington, and this is like the third year we've done that, and we bring them out, and we literally just answer any question you want about men's health. So we might be touching on vitamins, exercise, cancer, mental health, things you can do to help your body, you know, and we'll prime them with a few questions in case people are shy, but generally the question's just free flow.
Okay, because in a social media world, and I'm turning 50 this year.
Okay.
So I'm the target of like every ad that's out there. How much of the Your Questions Are Experts can be just total myth busting of everything you see online is garbage?
I can say I remember last year there was certainly some questions that seemed to be barking up kind of various vitamin angles and things like that, where you could see they're kind of coming with some like online knowledge.
Yes.
That the doctors immediately either shut down or confirmed based on studies that they've heard. Like, I can't give you specifics, but like the doctors are knowledgeable. They study all this stuff. They see what's happening online, and they can easily tell you, you know, that is it necessarily backed by science, or
Right.
that is backed by science?
So, because that's exactly where I just assume that all of it's garbage.
For sure.
I work under the assumption that, like, if I'm being sold snake oil,
Agreed.
I'm being sold snake oil.
And a lot of times it probably is snake oil. But I
Yeah.
mean, these guys have put their life and gals have put their life into researching, and they can let you know, what do the studies say? What does the actual science say about these concepts?
Yeah, exactly. We're talking with John Lovelace about the upcoming men's health clinic. Yeah, there's a rare African root that,
Right.
like, shut up.
Right. But there was also questions about, I've read that X grams of protein today is good for X, Y, and Z, and they have the answers for that.
Very good stuff. Also, well, and there's other legitimate questions, like, guidelines change on certain things from time to time, like how old do you need to be to get this done? How old should you be when you get this
Exactly.
done? All of those questions can be answered as well.
And also, like, one thing that might be some men might be shy of asking, there's sexual health questions, things like that, and they're prepared to answer those too in a way that's, informative.
Oh, that's where I was going with the internet stuff.
You'll find it there, I'm sure.
Oh man, it's so flooded everywhere.
Yeah.
We still got a couple minutes to go here with John Lovelace talking about Pennington Biomedical's Men's Health Summit coming up August 22nd, right there on their campus. Talk to me a little bit about the growth of it, at least since you've been there.
Yeah, each year it seems to be more people. I think the first year I did it, it was around 225, 230. We were well over 300 last year. We're already tracking with registrations to be over 300, and we still have, 3 weeks to go. So I certainly encourage men to go to our websites. You can either Google Pennington Biomedical Men's Health Summit. It'll get you to our homepage. Register now before we fill up. But we're not going to turn anybody away.
Right.
It's anybody can show up without even registering, and we encourage you to come out.
So as a reminder, some of the topics that are going to be covered, some of the health items that are going to be covered. Give us some of the highlights. What is affecting most men in Baton Rouge or in Louisiana?
Our talks are going to center around heart health, and we're going to do something on brain health. And then again, we have the Ask the Experts, which can just be a gambit of anything you can imagine. But we certainly try to gear the talks towards men's health specifics for this particular event.
We'll get to heart health in a second. I want to ask you about the brain health part of this.
Well,
is that more the actual brain or the use of the brain? I mean, we're talking mental health?
We're going to gear into some like Alzheimer's and things like that.
Okay.
And some relations to, your brain and where it's going to end up with that. Like, again, I'm not the expert. I'm putting the thing.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I find that interesting because that's not one that normally comes across. Normally it's, heart disease, diabetes,
Sure.
obesity. These are the ones that hit all of us. Get your prostate exam.
Sure.
Those are the ones we normally hear. Brain opens up a different category.
Pennington does do research into Alzheimer's and some of those brain activities. And so, we're going to be sharing information on that as well.
Very, very, very cool stuff. John Lovelace with us for talking about Pennington Biomedical's Men's Health Summit. You said you're expecting more than 300 this year.
Yes, we are. Yep.
Age-wise, is there? I know y'all don't target, but who actually shows up?
We don't target. We expect all ages, but we generally get a lot of men 50 plus and older coming out, which is really getting you in the pocket of guys who need to get to the doctor and get their health checked up for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was just wondering if there's like a trend towards here's the catch-22, right?
Sure, yeah.
If you're over 50, you're probably actively ignoring things because you don't want bad news.
Right.
If you're under 50, that might be where you would want to get out there before things start going wrong.
That's a good point. And we expect all ages. We get a lot of these men who signed up, their wives sign them up because their wives know they're not going to the doctor and they're trying to get them in there.
100%.
So like half of our registrations will be under the wife's name who's signing up her husband.
God, we're pathetic.
Yeah.
We are so pathetic.
But I see the same guys every year, and they'll tell me we've been coming to this thing since the beginning. Just old graybeard dudes.
Well,
who
and there's
just love
nothing
coming
wrong with
out.
that. I mean, it takes the place of an annual exam.
Exactly.
They're doing more than me already.
Yep.
So, you mentioned screenings. What about on the vaccination front?
We do have Walgreens coming out and providing vaccinations. They'll usually give us an update in the next week about which vaccinations they'll have available.
Okay.
But yes, we'll have vaccinations on board. And I want to use that moment to kind of just mention one of our sponsors. Lady of the Lake has been doing this with us since the beginning. They're a big sponsor for us, and they make a lot of this possible.
They're pretty fantastic. It's amazing when you find out how much FMOL Health is, how many different places they have.
Oh yeah.
That they're intertwined. You know?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Very, very cool stuff. Very, very cool partnership as well. So give us the rundown one more time where people need to go to sign up, or where wives need to go sign their husbands
Sure.
up, to be sure.
So it's August 22nd, Saturday. It's free. We won't turn anybody away, but we do encourage you to register. You can go to our website at pbrc.edu, and you can sign up. Or you can just Google Men's Health Summit, Pennington Biomedical. That'll get you there. And sign up now.
Very cool stuff. He is John Lovelace with the Pennington Biomedical Research Center. Greatly appreciate the time.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Your Money Now coming up in 1 minute. Before we get you to Your Money Now, do need to remind you about Landmark Bank, landmarkbankla.com. Tell you one more time about Landmark Bank, founded in 1897 as a community bank, and here in 2026 they are a community bank. Staying true to the mission for that long is difficult to do while actually staying very vibrant, while thriving. You'll see companies either, they say you either grow or you're dying. Well, where Landmark Bank grows is just adding a couple of other communities. If you visit landmarkbankla.com, landmarkbankla.com, hit the About Us tab right there. On that little drop-down menu, you're going to find locations and hours. You're going to find where you will actually find a Landmark Bank, like if you're in Brewley or Greenwood or Zachary or wherever, Denham Springs. They have a number of locations of Landmark Bank, and each one remains true to that original mission as if they existed on their own without the rest of them. You get that level of service, you get that level of attention, you get that level of care with Landmark Bank. Learn more at landmarkbankla.com. And by the way, I'm not just talking about personal banking. This is business banking as well. You want to rewind the clock back to COVID? Remember going through the PPP process? If you weren't with a community bank, you were lost in the weeds. A lot of people were. That level of care and service is what they thrive on. LandmarkBankLA.com. Here's Your Money Now.
Cool.
Sorry, I had to squeeze that in on the
No,
back
man,
end.
all good.
I'm going to hit up Ernie.
Sure.
I'm dying to do an Ask the Expert thing.
Oh.
With all the bullshit that's out there for men
Sure.
online.
Yeah. You mean like here?
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
Like for the Pennington
Sure.
thing.
Yeah.
Kind of a total myth busting.
Yeah, we have a
'cause-
couple doctors who would love to do that.
The number of just sexual products are just...
Yeah. So we had at our last Men's Health Ask the Experts, we had a couple guys who were younger men. Like it was all old dudes and these two 25, 26, 30-year-olds. And yeah, all their questions were like, well, what about, esoteric.
You're bombarded with it.
You do, yeah.
It's inescapable if you're on TikTok, if you're on Reels,
Mhm.
and if you're just scrolling through your Facebook. You can't go three posts without seeing another ad.
Yeah.
Trying to sell you on something that.
And like a lot of the multivitamins and supplements, like most of our doctors will probably say, like you can get that stuff from food. You don't need to do 900 milligrams of vitamin D or whatever.
Well, because you're peeing out 90%.
Exactly.
So
you could see them, you could just tell these guys were internet dudes, and they had good questions too. But they were trying to hold the whole Q&A hostage. Like we had to move away from them to let the older men ask about their sex lives.
Because that's what we all want to hear.
Yeah, I mean, come on, the important
Hear
stuff.
about Grandpa knocking it out.
Well, thanks for having me, man.
My pleasure.
It's always fun coming on. Yep. Y'all take care.
You too. Get this moved over so I can get plugged in for. Did you say, Brother Rock? You doing all right? Doing well? Great, man. Awesome. We cook some up. We'll set up the table for you. Yeah, you're super early, so we got till 8. Well, if you're here we're not on until 8:30. So, but yeah, we'll get it all. Get y'all squared away. So. No, who's he with? Is he with 94.1? 106.5. That's the other side of downtown.
106.5. Oh, that's Hallelujah.
No, that's Q. That's Q106 is.
Yes.
That's old school R&B.
Yes.
94.1 and 106.5. And yep, and 103.3 are all the other side of downtown on Main Street. Main Street. Yeah. What's the name of their company? Cumulus. Yeah. Yeah. So. Okay. Okay. Very nice. DJ, church fairs. Really? President of the league, we used to have agreement with him. DJ Club, 102.5.
Well, Trey Schultz, he's over there. Small.
He's over there now?
Yeah, he's head of sales over there.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I thought he was.
The white guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
I talked to him on the phone.
Yeah, he Channel 2. No, Channel 9. Right?
2.
2. Okay.
He was at 2.
Yeah, he's at Cumulus now. Because
Okay.
when he left, I didn't know how to get a hold of him, and I went to Cumulus one day. I said, "No shit."
Man, when was I in here before?
It was about a year ago.
I was here when you were here. For whatever reason, I was producing. JP wasn't here. And my
Year,
kid was
wow,
JP.
look what's
JP
happened in a
halfway.
year.
Right? Man, I can't wait because we're gonna
Look
start.
how big our TV is. We didn't have that TV last time. We did, but it was much smaller.
What? What size is that?
We don't even know what size, Brian.
I don't know.
That must be an 80-inch.
I think
Something like
it
that.
is. It's something like that.
Somebody's pocket's getting bigger. I see the bills in their pockets.
Well, that's part of the studio sponsorship. That's 180 Pros
right.
sponsor the studio.
Wow.
Yeah,
Y'all do y'all thing. I'm just gonna sit here.
appreciate it.
It's still there? Shit, move the thing.
It's a burnt out 18-wheeler. It's not
I
easy.
know, but
One floor up. Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn are on right now. .755 Talk 107.3 FM WBRP Mornings with Brian Haldane rolling right along. Before we dive back into anything else, let me remind you about Neurojust. Neurojust.com is the website. If you're battling with anxiety, depression, they can help you out. If you have tried the antidepressant route, if you don't like the meds, the way they make you feel, or you're seeing diminishing returns, or you have side effects, whatever the case might be, Neurojust specializes in what's called TMS therapy, transcranial magnetic stimulation. This is, you sit in a chair, they put it's completely pain-free, non-invasive, FDA approved and all that, and it's a contraption that just kind of, it feels like it's tapping on your head. But what it's doing is, it's targeting the area of your brain that affects mood. It's unbelievably, the amount of precision that goes into what they do is unbelievable. The results are fantastic. I've been over there. I've actually sat through a session before just to kind of test drive it. And I can tell you from the time I walked through the front door to the time I left, the amount of care and compassion and concern that they put into each and every person that goes over there. Your mental health is their number one concern. Not just churning through patients. Your mental health is their number one concern. You can learn more at neurojust.com. Hey, Breland, I want to go back to the story we had in the first hour. Cuts 7, 8, and 9 from Louisiana Radio Network. Tomorrow is August 1st, and a whole bunch of new laws go into effect. One of them, and this kind of triggered some discussion over on Facebook Live, so we'll head back to it right now and kind of get some of your comments from before as well. Oftentimes, I shouldn't say often, there's some times where when you go somewhere and you pay with a debit card, you're going to get charged differently than if you pay with cash. There's like an upcharge or a... what's the right term? There is a surcharge if you're using a debit card. Well, State Senator Beth Mizell got a bill passed that would nix that. That bill goes into effect or becomes law as of tomorrow. Cut 7, please.
This is in our face every day that we're being charged a surcharge for use of our debit card, which is basically our own money.
Correct. It is our own money. Now, she does make a note that there is a difference between a debit card and a credit card. But businesses business can still charge a fee when it is a credit card. But no surcharge can be added when you pay with a debit card. Mizell says this is already against a federal law. She's just trying to hammer things out at home to make sure it's stronger.
This is already a federal law, and businesses in Louisiana have been ignoring it more and more as I hear from people.
And the thing is, it's not just us. Last weekend, we had the fam on the road playing a little AAU basketball over in Gulf Shores. And it was seemingly everywhere we went, there were two different prices. If you pay cash, it's this price. If you're paying with a debit card or a card of any kind, there was, an upcharge to it. Even paying at the gate, even paying to get into the games. Weekend pass, $50. Paying cash, $45. I mean, it's very prevalent. It's not something that's unique to us. But Senator Mizell did get that tackled during the legislative session, and it does go into effect tomorrow. By the way, if someone's running afoul of it, Mizell says consumers can contact the AG's office, the Consumer Protection Hotline, if a business charges them a fee for using a debit card. Cut 9.
Anyone who feels they've been victims of this fraud would be able to call that number, and then the AG's office would be able to find that business.
So let us know over in the chat. We're live on Facebook, courtesy of Lake Urgent Care. Let us know over in the chat as to whether or not is good idea, bad idea. I mean, it's we talked about it a little bit last hour, and there seemed to be a consensus that the debit card surcharge is absolutely infuriating. I mean, from a business's perspective, it should just be part of the cost of doing business, or part of the cost of the convenience within doing the business. So let us know on the chat, on air. Here comes news. I'm getting there.
No, not you. It's like it comes in hot. I was trying to make a pot of coffee when Laurie was in. What soundbite? What question do you think is the best for a reel? That you can remember off the top of your head.
Remember, it was all.
It's all good. Just pull something, huh?
I mean, I would make sure it's something good. I just.
I mean, honestly, if you want funny content, the maple syrup. But if she has really good meat on the bones,
She does.
yeah.
She did. I'm just not remembering off the top of my head. My brain's on three different things right now.
I was trying to clean our pot, make a new cup of, because everything tastes burnt to me. It's
Well,
probably me, though.
yeah. Cleaning the pot is probably something that shouldn't be done in the middle of the show. Shit. Is Louisiana moving to the forefront on nuclear advancement, or are we taking on a nuclear waste dump? We're going to talk about that. Like, literally, we're going to talk about this with the Deputy Secretary for the U.S. Department of Energy, James P. Danley, going to join us in our next segment. This takes us back a couple days ago. It was announced that Louisiana is a finalist to have a nuclear campus that works on exactly that, reusing and recycling nuclear, making the most out of nuclear. How far can this science go? And then a couple of other news outlets basically said we're getting in line to take on a nuclear dump. And I want to know what the truth actually looks like. What is it the U.S. government is asking of us, or asking of anybody who applied for this? By the way, 26 states applied. Only 5 made it as finalists. It's a lot of people bucking for this. So we'll get to the bottom of it with James P. Danley coming up in our next segment. It is 8:07 now at Talk 107.3 FM WBRP. Mornings with Brian Haldane rolling right along, ticking up to 81 degrees in downtown Baton Rouge. Brian here with you, Breland producing. Of course, we are in the 180 Pros studio. Hey, after we're done with James Danley from the U.S. Department of Energy, we got Thomas Rock in the house. Mame's Meat Pies coming your way for Foodie Friday. Look, we celebrate beef in every form and fashion throughout the summertime, and anybody who has kids that stay home over the summertime, you want to talk about the easiest, the most convenient way to get them through with making their own lunch and knowing they're getting some good protein along the way. You throw a Mame's Meat Pie in the air fryer for just a couple minutes, and
I've never had it.
Oh, okay. So you are going to enjoy thoroughly. You are going to, and it's going to change your world. It is literally going to change your world because of the level of convenience and the quality and the taste. Oh God, the taste! It's so on point. I'm ready for it already. Right now, though, it's time for this day in history.
All right, Brian.
Anything happen today?
Can I nerd out a little bit?
Yes.
In 1777, Marquis de Lafayette, age just 19, appointed Major General of the Continental Army. And I'm going to tell you, living in Lafayette for a few years, I said, okay, I need to know, did he ever step foot in Lafayette? Well, the original name of Lafayette, Vermilionville. Decades later, 1884, Vermilionville officially changed its name to Lafayette to obviously honor him. Do you know, though, during his southern tour, he came down here, only traveled up the Mississippi River to New Orleans and Baton Rouge, never made it out west to Acadiana, but they named a whole city after him.
Interesting.
I know. I'm like, okay. I thought that was pretty cool. Lived in Lafayette several years, never even knew it was Vermilionville either. That's cool.
Okay. Good to know.
1917. It was World War I's Battle of, and I do not even begin to know how to pronounce this name, but it starts with a P. It was the third battle of World War I, but it was the deadliest, causing approximately 500,000 casualties.
Passchendaele or Passchendaele?
Yeah, it's very hard to say. But yes, it started today, and it's going to go on until November, causing 500,000 casualties.
Yeah, I've only read the word, so I've seen it in a couple of books. No, I'm sure we're not.
I know, right? In 1976, Blue Oyster Cult released their iconic single, Don't Fear the Rebirth. It would go on with Will Ferrell. More cowbell. Oh, gosh. Okay.
Babies, that was a great track.
Oh, I love
Maybe
that
better
scene.
than the first.
Yeah. More cowbell, please. 1980, tensions boiled over during an Eagles concert in Long Beach, California.
How?
I have no idea.
The Eagles.
I know it's the Eagles.
Who's fighting at an Eagles concert?
You wouldn't believe, I guess. Leading to a physical and verbal altercation on stage that caused the band to split for 14 years.
Oh, the band was fighting.
The band was fighting. I know, but I forget what over. It was over some stupid mess.
Well, no, I was thinking people in the crowd were fighting. I'm like, fighting at an Eagles concert is probably as dumb as fighting at a Jimmy Buffett concert. It's just chill.
Margaritaville, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going nuts when they're singing Hotel California.
Band.
Okay.
Because remember, they did split for like a whole decade.
Okay.
What over? I have no clue, but it was in Long Beach, California.
Sure.
1982, Survivor, Lord have mercy today. Survivor's Eye of the Tiger would hit #1 on Billboard Hot 100, where it would stay for 6 weeks.
Okay.
2025, U.S. President Donald Trump announces plans for construction of a permanent ballroom and saying it won't interfere with the current building. And everybody was in an uproar over it.
They still are.
Yeah.
They still are. And now you have a torn down piece where they're not building it back yet.
Right.
Okay, cool. Lost Boys came out this day in 1987.
Oh,
One of
okay.
those true Gen X films.
Yeah.
You know.
What else you got? We ready to move on to birthdays?
Yeah, that's it. Birthdays is next.
Okay. If I can scroll on up. Okay, we have Mark Cuban today.
Yeah,
Happy
born on this day in
birthday.
1958.
J.K. Rowling.
Born on this day in 1965.
That's all I got. What about you?
Born on this day in 1912, economist Milton Friedman. And born on this day in 1962, definitely not an economist, Wesley Snipes.
Okay. I don't have any notable. Actually, one. 1875, Andrew Johnson. 17th
Our 17th president,
Yeah.
Andrew Johnson, whose photograph or whose picture, his portrait looks an awful lot like Danny Aiello. Andrew Johnson died on this day in 1875. And this day in 1556, St. Ignatius of Loyola, the creator of the Jesuit order, died on this day.
Wow.
And this day in 2022, NBA legend and Miami Vice cameo performance, Bill Russell. Bill Russell passed on this day in 2022.
And National Day today, National Mutt Day.
I got an avocado.
Let's go with National Avocado.
All
That's
right.
better.
I don't know.
mean,
Mutts need their day. Every dog has his day.
I know. Every dog has its day. And I would say, 95% of the dogs that we have, they're mutts. You get them from a
Sure.
shelter, you don't even know what's in it.
I love a mutt. What? Mutts are better. It's just
I'm still stuck on that. Every
They-
dog needs its day.
it's an old phrase.
I know.
But the mutt, I mean, you're going to get more, you get the best of all the worlds, right?
And I'm going to tell you, I have a purebred German Shepherd. He's an ass. I mean, I would almost rather a mutt. I would rather a mixed breed. Seriously. Brian's like, all right.
The German doesn't like this. All right. We got a break. We're talking with James P. Danley coming up in just a little bit. Before we take that break, though, let me remind you about Guarantee Health Solutions. GuaranteeHealth.com is the website. GuaranteeHealth.com. If you work in a medical office of any sort, whether you're talking about, the doctor's office, whether you're talking about an urgent care, whether you're talking about a specialty therapy place, whatever the case might be, full-on hospital, doesn't matter. Guarantee Health can help you align your staff, align the front of the office, back of the office, all in concert to help serve your patient better, and through concierge-level customer service, you will therefore grow your business. It's a 4-pillar platform. If you visit GuaranteeHealth.com, you can learn more about it. GuaranteeHealth.com. This was an idea that was born out of a personal tragedy for Rachel Fricke, the founder, where the entire tragic experience with a loved one going through the hospital experience was very, very transactional. And she felt there had to be a better way, and since then she's worked on it, and she's got it. It's up at GuaranteeHealth.com. Here, let me get on hold real quick so we can zero out line one. There he is. Oh, crap, I gotta get something off the printer.
Brian just walked out, but yes, ma'am. 8:25, correct? Okay.
No, I know. All right. (8:17) Talk 107.3 FM WBRP mornings with Brian Haldane rolling right along. So, news comes down early in the week that Louisiana is a finalist. Louisiana is a finalist for. Let me pull it back up here, just to make sure I have all of my information correct. A finalist for Nuclear Life Cycle Innovation Campuses. The top 5 finalists were announced. We were one of them. Now, we reported on this, and it sounded like really good news, and then a couple of other news outlets made it sound like it wasn't such good news. So I wanted to figure out what's actually being asked of the state and learn a little bit more about nuclear. So we called on Deputy Secretary for the U.S. Department of Energy, James P. Danley, to join us. He's been on the show a couple times. Love having him on, and he's back with us now. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing very well as well. I understand you're going to have to bounce a little bit early, so just when you have to bounce. We appreciate every ounce we can get out of you in the meanwhile. I want to start off with this program that's out there that we're now a finalist for. When I say we, I mean the entire state of Louisiana. This program that's out there, what's being asked and what's the hope to accomplish?
So I'm happy to get into that, but I was going to say first that I'm surprised that anybody could think that it's a bad idea or that this is bad news. When we made the opportunity available, 28 states applied, and only 5 of them made it to this final round of selection. Mm-hmm. The interest was overwhelming. To have half of American states say that they expressed interest in having a life cycle innovation campus is really an overwhelming response. That shows you that obviously a lot of people had interest. So basically the idea is that we entered into memorandums of understanding with the 5 states you mentioned in order to explore the possibility of having single locations in which the entire nuclear life cycle would be present. And that would go all the way from fuel fabrication and recycling to reactor deployment to treatment of spent nuclear fuel and its ultimate placement in a repository. They also would be the locations, obviously it makes sense you co-locate something, a place where you would have very easy development of nuclear power. And as I don't need to explain to you, the more electricity you can generate, the better it is for your economy. And the benefits that can be received, we imagine that such a campus could attract somewhere around in the neighborhood of $50 billion in private capital investment and produce, let's say $10 billion in tax revenue for the state that hosts it and have tens of thousands of very good jobs running from the trades to nuclear physicists. So there are obvious benefits to having this to any state that wishes to participate.
And that was my takeaway from it. But we had other news outlets around, and I'll read you one headline, as negative as it sounds. Louisiana aspires to become a nuclear waste dump. And the way I read the story originally was Louisiana is looking to minimize waste by reducing, reusing, and recycling.
Yeah. So, okay. I did not see that headline, so that you okay.
Well, hang on. Don't hold it against us. That's why I have you on the phone, right?
Yes. That is not at all the way that we conceive of it or how anybody else should. The objective here is to co-locate in one place as much of the nuclear life cycle as possible. And, one of the things that I think people don't understand is that when you have what you consider to be used nuclear fuel, that fuel still retains 95% of its value and needs to be and can be reprocessed such that you can still squeeze more use out of it later. And in fact, we have enough spent fuel that's been through reactors that we could power America for decades just on the quote unquote spent fuel that's already out there. If we place everything in one location, we're going to be able to take advantage of that residua that comes out of the fuels, the fuel usage in the plants. And it makes sense to have everything from fabrication to recycling and its deployment in generators in one single place. And I want to really highlight the fact that these are, as we conceive of them, massive economic drivers. The benefit to the state in tax revenue would be huge. The benefit to Louisianans in having job opportunities will be huge. And this goes everywhere from, as I said, the trades to literal PhDs from MIT in nuclear physics, engineers, the operators of these facilities. There's a reason we had such an overwhelming response from more than half of the states in America.
We're talking with James P. Danley for just a couple of minutes. There's a couple questions I want to throw at you, and please, just They might be rudimentary, they might be dumb questions, but I just want to
Not
get
at all.
everybody on the same page. What is nuclear waste? Because you use the term used nuclear fuel or spent nuclear fuel. What is nuclear waste? Is there a difference there, or what is it?
Okay, so we can parse all of the different components of the Code of Federal Regulations, but it basically stated you have fuel that goes in the form of uranium into a reactor. I mean, there are different types of fuel, but just paradigmatically, fuel goes into a reactor. That fuel produces heat through fission by the neutrons that are released by the normal decay, and then by the time you have to use new fuel, what you've done is degrade some of the uranium, and there are constituent components that are now non-uranium because you have change in the elements. The waste, to the extent that there is waste, are those non-uranium substances that come out the other end. Now, some of them are extremely useful. Some of those isotopes are employed for everything from scientific research to nuclear experiments to medical purposes, right? Some of those elements are actually quite useful. Some of them are less useful. They make up the minimal quality, just a fraction of a percent of all of the spent nuclear fuel mass. And so the way people have looked at spent nuclear fuel is in a liability on their ledger, and in reality, it's a massive asset that simply needs to have a certain amount of treatment before it can be reused again. But the waste, as you put it, is actually not the whole of the fuel that's been spent. It's just part of what is left over from the reactions that occur inside the generator.
So it becomes a different commodity?
Well, it's not a different commodity. I mean, it's literally a different element in the same way that oxygen and cobalt are different elements. The definition of what an element is the number of protons in the nucleus.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take a big nucleus like uranium and knock it into two chunks, you're going to have two different daughter elements that come out of it. Some of them, as I said, are really useful. Others aren't so much. And you want to take the very small quantity that is the not useful part, but has to be handled properly, and remove that as you reprocess the rest of the fuel.
Okay, I want to ask this follow-up question because I think a lot of us, as dumb as this might sound, have a belief in what nuclear waste is based off of watching The Simpsons. Are we going to have three-eyed fish?
No. You're not going to have three-eyed fish. No more than you normally have them statistically out in the wild. That is a very unlikely outcome. And I do agree. Look, I love The Simpsons, but I think probably those images in the intro of Homer with those glowing green rods probably didn't do a whole lot of good for the general belief in the nuclear industry. But the fact is, this stuff is handled very well. I mean, we run a fleet right now in America of over 200 reactors. About half of those are run by the Department of Energy. The other half are civil nuclear operations. 94 civil reactors operating. Mm-hmm. They are unnoticed by anybody for two reasons. One, they are so reliable in producing electricity that nobody ever gets the headline of nuclear power plant goes down, therefore grid goes black, right? So you don't notice them because they're so reliable. And then you also don't notice them because the safety record we have is absolutely spectacular. And so the three-eyed fish thing, no, you're not going to get that. What you're going to get when the Trump administration fulfills all of its objectives in kickstarting the nuclear renaissance is affordable, reliable power in abundance that is going to drive the American industrial onshoring, manufacturing renaissance, and creating jobs for tens of thousands of people.
Now, part of this, and I know you got to bounce at any moment now, but part of this is storage. Is the storage only temporary and while finding different uses?
So you would definitely have temporary holding before it goes into, let's say, reprocessing, right? Mm-hmm. But some of those materials, as I described, are going to have to be permanently stored somewhere, and so that would be permanent storage.
Okay, and throughout the whole equation, how big of a percentage is that permanent storage?
Oh, it's just it's so small. I don't even know what the number is off the top of my head, but it's single-digit percent. It's probably closer to 2 than 8. So I probably should know that stat off the top of my head, but it's in terms of actual physical mass and volume, it's nearly trivial.
Yeah, you would have no reason to have that actual stat in your head. He is James P. Danley, the Deputy Secretary for the U.S. Department of Energy. So gracious with your time this morning. I appreciate you hopping on board on such short notice.
Always happy to be on. Thank you.
Thank you. It's from the first time he came on, that's like a third or fourth in just a couple months. He is eager to get information out there and clear things up. And We talk about how we want transparency. Do we want transparency or do we want to hear the answers we want to hear? And he was super on all of them. And honestly, I asked that Simpson question with all seriousness, because that's how many people know that Homer's got a little green rod he throws out his window down the rain gutter, right? There's legitimacy to that is the basis of knowledge of what some people have of what nuclear is. So I appreciate him taking that question in the spirit with which it was asked, because I wasn't trying to be coy or snide or anything. I was legitimately asking that. We got about 2 minutes till we hit news here at the bottom of the hour. We'll have news, we'll have traffic, we'll have weather. And then we got Foodie Friday coming your way as Thomas Rock is in from Mame's Meat Pies. We're going Cane River, y'all. We're going Natchitoches Meat Pies, and this is one of the, if not the best around. Fantastic family story, fantastic growth story. We're going to talk about both of those aspects, but even more than that, it's just downright great meat pie. We'll get Thomas in here in just a little bit when we hit news, traffic, and weather. Before we do, though, want to remind you as we do have the break coming up. One Bath and Closets, onebathandclosets.com is the website. O-N-E, spell out the website, onebathandclosets.com, or just give David Duvall and his team a call at 400-8005. If you need to revamp that bathroom, if it's looking a little dated, if you just look at the tub, is it beyond cleaning? Is it just so gross now? Maybe the tub's pulling away from the tile a little bit. Maybe everything is dated because your home was a little bit older. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to give One Bath and Closets a call at 400-8005. This is what Christy and I did. This is what my wife and I did last year. Our house was built in 1964, and we wanted a modern bathroom, a newer bathroom. That's what we did. We called him. We walked through all the possibilities. He knocked out the entire process, and it was just under a week, I think, from start to finish. And that was around Christmas time. As I understand it, right now is a great time to do it. Great time to get David into your home, get your bathroom redone, get your closet redone, and get on out again. It's an unbelievably user-friendly process. And, oh, by the way, the results are beyond compare. We've been super happy with our bathroom every single day since. And you can be too. onebathandclosets.com is the website. All right, news is coming up 10 seconds from right now. The interstate problem is still the interstate problem. So I-10 westbound has been a problem all morning and continues to be at this moment. All right.
More accurate right there. It really helps when I'm doing post-production for Brian.
This has been a journey, y'all. Thank y'all. Before we even get started, because, wow, a year ago.
Right?
Look what has changed. But don't be easy with me. Don't pull me like Rocco.
No. Oh, Rocco does shit to himself. That ain't on me.
Rocco comes in hot, full of energy. I'm like, yeah.
Hey, I don't think I've ever seen him down. Every time. Great man. Oh, but no, like I say, thank you. My dad told me to tell y'all, appreciate it. 'Cause we've gotten a lot, now that the word is hit about the pies in Walmart, we've getting a lot of people around 375.
375 for 6 minutes, right?
375 now on one side, flip 6 minutes on the other. Oh, it's the same one I had. When did these things come out, guys?
I don't know, but I don't know what we did before.
6 on one, then 9 on the other.
6 on 1, 9 on the other?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be done before that.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
All the
Yeah.
way through? Well,
Yeah.
that's what we always tell people with an air fryer, 9 and 6.
Yeah. No, hang on. I do mine thawed, though. I always make sure we have like 3 thawed.
Oh.
So, because, I mean, if the kids want to throw it in there, they'll go 6 on one side, like 2 on the other.
And it's ready.
And it's
all
ready.
the way through.
Yeah, these are frozen. So, if you keep a few in the fridge at a time, it's just more convenient.
Never did that. And the oven is 350. So we gonna start off on the history.
Yep.
All right, I got all my notes here. Just want to make sure I have all my stuff correct. Now, what's your name?
I'm Bree.
Bree.
It is so good to. Real name's Brittany.
Brittany.
It's so good to
Are you originally from here?
Houma, Louisiana.
Down the bayou.
Lafayette for 7 years. Now I'm here.
Where'd you go to high school?
Houma Christian.
Okay.
And I went to Vanderbilt for 2 years. Yeah.
Catholic school. Go ahead.
No,
on.
I'm not Catholic.
No.
So when it got
We gotta
too
convert 'em.
costly,
Yeah.
when it got too costly, my dad was like, no,
Mm.
we're not going to do this.
I can touch this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but no. How you been doing? Though family good?
Doing good, man. Just
Show going well?
show's going well.
Where
Content's
all these
good.
people gonna be out of? Just all over Baton Rouge?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because I got a list of all the Walmarts we're in this area. Zachary, Prairieville, Gonzales, Denham Springs, Baton Rouge, Baker, and Emit. So I'm going to give that shout out where they are. Shoot, people been going to some of them. They sold out already.
That's awesome.
That's big. Very big. Very big. So, still got you.
Do what?
Don't take it off.
No. I
No.
mean, I don't sleep with it on.
Oh,
But
shower, everything. I don't take.
Okay.
Only time I take mine off is.
What is that, y'all?
Oh, should I go with it?
it's been explained to her many, many times.
Adoration,
Community
theology,
and service.
girl. If I see a man with this on, I got to talk to him.
Yeah.
I got to talk to him. I don't care if he's white, black, Asian, Mexican, transgender. I don't care.
Between me and Rocco, you've never heard about Acts before.
Yes.
When
But
that's
I didn't know that was.
yes.
Yeah,
Follow me and I'll make you fishers of men.
girl, look here. Me and Rocco went on the same. We was on at the same time.
Yep.
Act 6. When you went on? Oh, you OG right here.
Yeah.
Look, the OG bringing
bit.
the young man in.
A little bit.
Oh man. What time you over? What time is show over?
9. So
Oh,
we'll do about a 12-minute segment. We'll take a break. I'll cut some up and try them out, and then we'll do the taste review on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we're in. Here we go. It is 8:36 to Talk 107.3 FM and WBRP Mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along. Oh man, been waiting all week long because we got Mame's meat pies in the house for Foodie Friday. Foodie Friday presented by the Louisiana Beef Industry Council. Like you heard right there, beefitswhatsfordinner.com is the website, beefitswhatsfordinner.com. We celebrate beef in all forms and fashions, and here in Louisiana, specifically around that Natchitoches, Cane River area, they got a specialty that they're known for, and the best in the business when it comes to that is Mame's Meat Pies. Thomas Rock's in the house. How are you, brother?
Thank you.
Love having you. Love having you in the house, man.
Mame's Cane River meat pies.
Mame's Cane River meat pies. I got to
A
include the Cane River.
Louisiana delicacy.
Uh-huh.
That's what we're going to leave with.
So let's start with the backstory here. How did Mame's the Mame's Cane River meat pies come to be?
My grandmother, Marie Lorenz Rock, was making meat pies in 1938. She started making these pies on Cane River for the church fair. Well, she became known as the meat pie queen. So people from that was her night title. So people from all over would come home, because Cane River, y'all know the history of Cane River. Back in like the 40s and 50s, people left, went to California, Chicago, Houston for better jobs. And they would always come home for the holidays and for the church fair. So when they would come knock on the door to get her meat pies to bring back. So that's how she became known as the meat pie queen.
Love that.
Well, around 2007, Chef John Foss, love him to death, he came to Cane River. I use this picture as inspiration every day. I'll look at this picture.
Oh, look at that.
He's in her house, John Foss, cooking with my grandmother. And this guy was like, hey, you got one of the best meat pies I've ever had. Come on my cooking show. This is in 2007. Well, then in 2008, he wanted to partner with us. So we did a partnership deal. He was going to mass produce the pies. But, Brian, what happened in 2008?
What happened?
The recession.
Yes.
Went crash. And he backed out and said, hey, y'all need to sell to more people outside of Cane River. Y'all need to start doing festivals and fairs. So we started doing that all around Louisiana. And we are a 3-time Natchitoches Meat Pie Festival champion. We won in 2014, 23, and 25. And that just kept scaling and scaling. I mean, from running from Baton Rouge to New Orleans to Lafayette, Lake Charles, dropping off meat pies to people because we started getting a bigger and bigger following. Social media has really helped. So it got to the point where, hey, we got to do something with this. And that's where we are now. We're doing more and more.
All right, I'm going to work on flipping these over because we got them in the air fryer today. One of my favorite things about this is that if you're cooking a meat pie, they're so convenient, and you throw them in the air fryer. The kids can run the air fryer.
Easy.
You throw them in the air fryer. You can throw them in the oven. It's either way is fine, but I find the air fryer to be so convenient. So I'm going to flip these over and start round 2. Why don't you tell me what goes into a meat pie? I don't need secret family recipes.
No, you're not getting that either.
No, I knew that going in.
Oh, he knows that. He asked anyway, though, didn't he?
No, I said, no, I'm not getting, but just the general ingredients. What goes into a meat pie?
Number one, it's a 6-step process. Number one, you got to prepare the meat. Number one. Like right now, we have beef and pork in ours. We also have a turkey pie, and we're working on a shrimp, crawfish, and get this, a boudin. Those are coming soon. Then you have to prepare the dough. Then you have to we bought this machine that helps make the pies. We're using this machine. It basically goes from end to end making the pie. Then you have to fry the pies. Then you have to freeze the pies. And then you have to package the pies. That's the process we're using.
So start back with what you said. You've got a beef and pork mix, right?
Beef and pork.
Okay, so is there a breakdown here? We're looking about what, 70% beef?
50-50.
50-50 between the two. Okay. And as far as proprietary seasonings and whatnot, we'll leave that off the table because that's where the secret sauce is at.
That's why we have the best.
So you take it, and I've noticed with Mame's meat pies that the meat is very, very finely chopped up. It's very, very, you're not going to find big old chunks in there.
No.
Is there a difference? Does that change the flavor? Does that change? I never change the texture. Does that change the flavor and the preparation? The fact that it's so finely chopped up.
It's a delicacy.
Yes.
It's a genuine. Mame's Cane River meat pies is a Louisiana delicacy to where once you put that in your mouth at the church fair, what do I do when you open your mouth, put it in, and you smile? I ring that bell.
You ring a bell. That's
my thing, and people love it. And so you got to have a niche. And our niche has been with the meat pies.
Yeah.
My grandmother started something, and we're continuing it.
So sticking with that, and so because part of Foodie Friday is to up your own food game at home, so we'll kind of give the rough go of it. The dough itself, is there a particular type of dough, particular process? Because I find that this dough it doesn't get too doughy, as it were, but it also unless you really overcook it, it doesn't get too
you don't want to cook it too long.
Right.
It's got to be crispy. Like it's beef and pork. You have the seasoning, the flour, the shortening, milk, and eggs. That's what's all in it.
Okay.
But the big thing is...
So that's a really simple dough.
Oh, yes. But the big thing about it is that you put it in too long, it'll be darker.
Right.
You wanted that nice brown look. That's
Yeah.
what we want. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, a lighter brown, if you will.
Correct.
Okay, so from its genesis through today, your company, your family's company, has had some really, really big news recently, and this is monumental. And this is one of the things that I talk about on the show all the time. Is when we see someone from Baton Rouge turn a corner on their business to be able to share Baton Rouge with the rest of the world. We're not there yet, but we're almost there because big news coming out. You tell us about it.
Well, in 2025, we've been kicking down the rock for years about buying this machine. We bought the machine at 25 in October. And as soon as we bought a machine, we can mass produce. We can get orders from anybody who wants big orders. Before it was just 2 machines, 3 machines, and it was, more handheld. It was more labor intensive. Well, now this machine has enabled us to scale. So now we can make 13,000 meat pies in a day.
Really?
Yes. This machine is bad. And so Walmart, July, we are now in Walmart.
Unbelievable.
243 Walmarts through Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Oklahoma. Brian, when I got that news, you know where I went? Adoration Chapel.
I was going to say, it better have been Our Lady of Mercy.
Our Lady of Mercy.
That is a good prayer of Thanksgiving.
Adoration Chapel. That was like on a Friday I got news of this. So who you think I told Sunday at 10:30 Mass?
I would think Father Cleo.
Father Cleo. Oh, my God. Oh, just to see that reaction in his face.
Yeah.
But also, too, I've been knowing Father Cleo for many years now. And I always hug him, get a love. You can feel the love. But this hug, I'm proud of you hug. I'll never forget that hug.
Well, because, we've all been along for the ride. Mercy is a family, and full disclosure, Thomas is an axe brother with me. An axe brother with Rocco, who's in regular,
he's my brother, number 6.
Yes, from the number 6 retreat.
Correct.
So that full disclosure, there is a family aspect to this where you've had a whole community watch you grow this thing over the last couple of years.
Correct.
And this Walmart announcement, it's just we're all on board. We're all feeling the same level of pride, or at least some level of pride to go along with it. So talk to me a little bit about how you take a mom and pop product that a lot of family pride in it, but to pivot it towards something mass scale like this. How do you turn the business to make sure you're staying out in front and you can stay on top of things?
Oh, man, we have a team. My family, the Rocks, ROQUE, from Cane River. We have a nightly call every Monday night at 8 o'clock. And it goes, now that we're in Walmart now, it goes from 8 to 10.
Oh, wow.
So where we talk about the logistics, we talk about who needs this, who needs that. We're watching social media. We have a social media team. My sister is over social media now because, man, social media is amazing. You put stuff out there and people are taking that and running with it. And we're asking people for support because we have a great product that has been in our family since 1938. And we're continuing. My grandmother said this. I'll never forget. My grandmother died in 2011. I used to work across the street at a bank. For some reason, me and my wife had just had a baby. She needed me to get home, but I needed to stop and see my grandmother. So I go in. My grandmother is dying. She's on her deathbed, right? And I will never forget. I go in the room, tell her I love her, give her a kiss, but in her ear, I tell her before she dies. She's still there. I tell her before I die, I promise you, we are going to get your meat pies out of your house. And we have done that. We are keep pushing because one thing about the family of the Rocks, we have a saying, pray, work, play. That is our motto. And we are doing that because she always said too, do not put fillers in my meat pies. Because over these long years from 1938 to now,
right,
we've had people want to do business with us, but they want to put fillers in the product.
Right.
And my grandmother said, no, we're not doing that. Louisiana delicacy.
So, what does a filler do to it? I mean, other than
That's
make it look
basically,
bigger than it is.
No, it's just, it's not the great grand of the beef, the pork. It's kind of knockoffs. It's just kind of like, it's fillers. It's not the whole 100% beef, 100% pork. And so, a lot of people put fillers in their food, but not the rocks.
Staying true to the recipe for sure.
Correct. That's not
the
changing.
growth of the company. So you said 243 Walmarts. Do we have? Yeah, we got a couple minutes here. Do you want to list out just in the Baton Rouge area?
The Baton Rouge area.
Is it all of them in the Baton Rouge area, or just
all of them in Baton Rouge?
Okay.
Then you can go to Zachary,
Mm-hmm.
Prairieville, Gonzales, Denham Springs, Baker, and A Meat. Those are in this area. We're not in Port Allen. I don't know why they skipped Port Allen. But if you're over in Karen Crow, Opelousas, Breaux Bridge area, we're in Lake Charles, Sulphur, New Orleans, Slidell, Chalmette, Mandeville, Covington, Shreveport, Bossier City, Natchitoches, Alexandria, all those areas. But yeah.
And then stepping outside the state, it's regional as well. And so this is the next challenge is promotion outside the state to teach the rest of the region what it's all about with Cane River.
Yes.
I mean, to teach folks who aren't from here. We get it. We understand what a good meat pie is. But to get outside the state, because everyone has, different regions have their own version of the same fried handheld meat pie, whatever. I mean, an empanada would be similar. So how do you take on that challenge to market outside of Louisiana?
Social media. We're asking people to go on our social media, our website, Mame's, CaneRiverMeatPies.com. We're looking for partners. Our next step is Walmart's first.
Right.
That's the pinnacle. We made it up there so we can fulfill these orders. But we would like to be in a Rouse's, HEB.
I know somebody at Mathern's.
Mathern.
Yeah.
I would love to talk to them. HEB is on the radar for next.
Okay.
That's where we want to go next. We have a connection there to where we're going to tap on that shoulder. So,
all right, here comes the part of the show where we have to take a break. On air, we have to take a break. On Facebook Live, this is the taste test portion. Spoiler alert, I already know exactly what I'm getting because every Mercy Fair.
She doesn't.
No, it's rare that I don't have 2 dozen of Mommy's meat pies in my own freezer. So on air, here comes your money now. Here comes a look at traffic. On Facebook Live, I'm about to stuff my face. This is Foodie Friday presented by the Louisiana Beef Industry Council. All right, I need to find a pair of tongs before anything. You're over here talking about your grandma dying. I'm like, ow!
It's hot. It's hot.
I can hear Brian.
Did you see him? Did you see him?
I know. I know. He's like, my grandmother passed. And Brian's up there, ow!
Oh, man, it's hot. How many viewers does this touch? How many y'all have?
Brian, you know that a little bit better than me.
Before the day's over with, it'll be about 2,000.
Okay. Wow.
We'll have a handful at a time,
They always come in and out.
In and out?
Yeah, but by the time we look at, tomorrow we'll look at today's numbers, or Monday we'll look at today's numbers,
Yeah.
and I'd say about 2,000 people watched.
That's good.
Not all of them from start to finish.
That's what you mean, jump in and out?
Yeah, we'll have the usual crew that always starts the show off with us. They'll come in and out as the morning goes on because nobody.
How can you tell they go in and out?
The little eyeglass.
Oh, you mean on Facebook?
Yeah, on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
YouTube, our numbers aren't there on YouTube.
Because we don't pay attention to it.
Oh, okay.
We have a chat on Facebook Live
Mm-hmm.
where folks comment and we respond to comments and whatnot.
What about radio?
Radio, we cumulative audience about 30,000 people a week.
What? That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. Wow. Wow. It's just amazing what you putting out your word in a studio, like a small spot like this. Not saying that, not small, it's big.
A picture of you. Hold on.
We also have the minis now.
Oh?
So what does that look like?
But that's probably half the size of that.
Oh, okay.
And what they're doing is that's going to help us get into the catering side of the business. That's what we're looking to get into, the catering. That's what I want to get more into, the catering side.
So long.
Get you one, girl. Get you one.
All right, let me try it. Let's see. Oh my God. So,
What you say about that first bite, girl?
I can definitely taste some no fillers. How you like no fillers?
No, it's just straight meat. It's just.
I'm saying meat pies, you can taste cornstarch.
For real?
This is good, and it's not overly spicy.
No, it's seasoned. It's not spicy. See it like it's the most amazing combination of flavors. Like, you know how when you have good Cajun cooking and everything's just come together to this one, one blend? That's what it is. It's
Creole now.
well,
He say Cajun.
I was talking about Cajun cooking, but
I love it. It's the same. Yeah. Creole and Cajun food.
something that the longer
I love
it sits, the longer it sits, the more it blends together. Now I can taste. There's a little bit of cayenne pop, a little bit of onion pop.
I gotta get one more.
Go for it.
This is so good, y'all. My boys would be obsessed. I'm serious. I gotta go get me a case.
No, yeah.
3 in a box.
Okay.
Let's see what they look like.
Because when school ramps up,
Oh, look at that. That's fantastic. How many? You said how many come in the box?
3.
3. Okay. Can we still get them from you about a dozen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna hit you up over the weekend before I'm gonna carry back in them. Carrie's gonna take a dozen back to Southern Miss. So.
Where is that? Hattiesburg?
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
should
are
have-
y'all in the Hattiesburg Walmart?
Let me see. No, that's north of Gulfport, huh?
Yeah.
We're in the Gulfport, Biloxi area.
Okay.
me a dozen,
You know what?
Brian.
You know what pattern I'm hearing here is outside of Louisiana, but where Louisiana people go.
Yep.
give me a dozen, Brian, and I'll get it from you.
Okay.
And let me know how much I owe you.
Okay. I won't work them up too much.
He gonna mark them up.
I know, right? Right? He's gonna be
Look
like
how you
20
doing.
bucks, Venmo.
So in Mississippi, we are in Biloxi, Brookhaven, Columbia, D'Iberville, Gulfport, Laurel, Natchez, Pass Christian, Picayune, Waverland, Wiggins.
Wow. Really?
So everything along the coast.
Correct.
Wow.
Do y'all go in Florida?
No, Mississippi,
Alabama, right?
mm-mm.
Not yet.
Oklahoma, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas.
Y'all trying to get more.
Oh yeah, our goal is
It's
to
an
go.
interesting region.
Our goal is to go to the Chicago because basically in the 20s, 30s, 40s, there was a big exit from Cane River. People was going, families was going to get better jobs, so people left to go to California, Chicago, Houston. So our goal is to tap into those markets. That's what we telling Walmart is that we would like to get to California because we have I was on the phone last night with a family out of Las Vegas. Creole family got connections to Cane River, heard about us on Facebook, Instagram, and was like, are these out here? We was like, no. We want them. And then I told them how much it would cost to ship them, $300. And they didn't want to pay that. But we've had some people pay it. Had a guy in Phoenix, he's multi-millionaire, so he said, that ain't nothing to me. I want that product. His mom is from Cane River. He's a big lawyer out there. And he literally paid, it was $360 to ship him 2 dozen meat pies.
Really?
I mean, hey, there's a difference
And
between the one
I
and the
bitch when I gotta drive to his house. All right, we got 4 minutes left before we hand off to Moon Griffon and the Moon Griffon Show. Thomas Rock from Mommy's Cane River Meat Pies is in with us. By the way, Mommy's Cane River Meat Pies.com is the website. Mommy would be spelled more like Mame, M-A-M-E-S. Mommy's Cane River Meat Pies.com is the website if you want to get on board with them. Or they're in Walmarts now.
Yep.
And only growing from here. All right, this is the part where I normally give the breakdown and my whole taste test and whatnot. First of all, perfection. It is absolute perfection. Especially the way that it can be in the air fryer like that, and not have where the dough dries out and gets burnt while the meat stays frozen. Like it's the way it just comes through. And I'm willing to wager that's because of the no fillers.
Correct.
Because the filler would jam up the works right there. All right, as far as the flavoring is concerned, when you talk Cajun cooking, when you talk Creole cooking, when you have a blend of spices and a blend of of different ingredients that all come together. And you know how like the longer it sits, the better it gets. That's the way the blend of seasoning feels within the meat pie. Is because I could tell, you tell there's some onion, and I'm not giving away secret recipes here. I tell there's some onion. I could tell there's some green onion in there. I could tell there's some black pepper in there. I can tell some cayenne pepper. I can't tell what else though, because it's all blended together to absolute perfection. And it does have a little kick. It does have a little pop. But I can also tell you this: in the Haldane house, my kids complain about spicy all day long.
Wow.
But they do not. They do not when it comes to the Mame's Cane River meat pies. They devour them in the house. So not exactly a fair and objective review of the meat pie because I'm already a big fan and have been forever. But it is. The flavoring is so on point. The way the meat just pops, the way it brings out all the flavor of the meat, by the way. The beef and the pork, they're not in the background here. They are the star of the show.
Yes.
The seasoning, the love, the care, all of that plays into it. But the main ingredient is the main ingredient. The story behind it plays into it, yes. But it is still just a wonderful. The flavor is on point. Always has been and will remain so as they remain true to the mission. Check it out online, MamesCaneRiverMeatPies.com. Or like Thomas said, they're in Walmart now.
In Walmart, go get them, guys. Hey, make us happy, make us proud, because like I say, my grandmother left us with a true Cane River delicacy, and we are pushing it forward every day.
And you said during the break that so in Walmart it's gonna be a 3-pack.
Three in a box.
Okay, so
in the frozen section.
I'm just telling you right now, you're gonna want to stock up.
Yes.
You're not gonna get 3 of them. You will blast through 3 of them
first night.
Yeah.
And what we're telling people is that if you go to Walmart and they're not on the shelf, go ask for the manager. Don't ask for the person walking around. Go talk to the manager. Say, hey, where are these meat pies? I want them. When are y'all getting more in? Because we've been getting a lot of people that have been going just buy. They'll go buy the whole, maybe like 6 boxes, and they're gone. And so people want more and more and more. So go talk to the store manager.
He is Thomas Rock. Always appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for coming in today. Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
MamesCaneRiverMeatPies.com. We are all done for today. We're all done for the week. Moon Griffon's coming up next. We'll be back at it again next Monday, 6 to 9. Don't forget, Wednesday and Thursday of next week, we'll be broadcasting live from Monroe, Louisiana, and the LMA.
Oh, y'all
all right, Facebook, we got to bounce. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Or Monday. Do what?